Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. Today, Sunderland are taking on Charlton Athletic, and Michael's in it. Has lasted a grand total of about 41 seconds, so that's a new record. But anyway, Sunderland take on Charlton Athletic today at the Stadium of Light. And join me to watch the game. First and foremost is Dino, who's still got his mic muted. Dino, how are you doing today? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, been good week, mate. Just chilling, Look, 9 walks away from you, It's been a great week.
Maybe we'll have to get into that a bit later on. But as well, joining us just before pre-match, Mike will be coming back as well at some point when he's at net sources. It's Jack Shields. Jack, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, Jack? You all right?
I'm all right. Is anyone mistaking you for Andrew Schürrle this week?
Not this week, but probably next week at some point. It is quite a regular occurrence, Andrew Schürrle, yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You never know. Anyway, before we get into the lineup and stuff like that, and I've nicked this completely from the Fans React stream. I'll say that there. If you want to go and check them out, go and do so. The Fans React on YouTube. Great bunch of guys, great channel. But Dino, you're still muted, man. You sat there laughing at yourself.
No, I'm laughing at you. Can I just get your words out? Great bunch of
Yeah, that exactly. Anyway, just on the Player and the Manager of the Month award, obviously Lee Johnson and Charlie White were both. Was it Lee Johnson, Charlie White? No, Lee Johnson.
Lugo 9, man. Lugo 9.
All right, Dino, I've corrected myself. Both got put forward but didn't win it. Before we get on to the lineup and stuff, Jack, I'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on that? On them not winning? Are you disappointed in that?
Yeah, I thought Lee Johnson would have been up there. I thought Lugo 9 had a couple of good games, but form's been fantastic. So I don't think there's anybody had any better form than us, has there? So yeah, I thought we would have won it, to be fair.
I mean, I don't think many people had a better March than us, really, especially with winning the trophy. Dino, yourself, were you a bit disappointed to say that we didn't win that?
No, because people say it's a bit of a jinx, isn't it? I mean, that's what I've seen. If the winner will always get beat, apparently it's a jinx. So if we win today, it'll say, "Oh, it's because they didn't win the Player and Manager of the Month." So it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's having a good season. They're both having good seasons anyway. So you don't need a trophy. You don't need an award to show how good you're playing, in my opinion.
Yeah, Laggy Ned Bowers, who's already dropped out on us once. The Player and Manager of the Month award. Are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was because someone tried to call us, and then the sound just completely went, so I had to come out and back in again. As for the Player Manager of the Month awards, yeah, I'm put it this way, I'm not bothered about that. Hopefully at the end of the season, Lee Johnson will be winning Manager of the Season because it means he's got us promoted.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, if he does get us promoted, I can't see how he doesn't, in all honesty, win that award. Just as always, we are live. The live chat is there to use if you wish to. Of course, the super chat is activated if you would like to donate something. But if not, you just want to comment for free. It's completely voluntary, the super chat. Still want to put your comments in the live chat for free. We'll read out as many as we can. Already on there, we're going to give a shout out to Frank Newchimer 3, Brian Holiday, Wee Footy's there. Says, go on the 3Vs. Nathan. Says, how are the lads? Keep the momentum going. Brian Halliday saying, so let's do Charlton. Hello to Tom Wallace, our good friend. Tom Wallace, the legend there. Leighton Jordan as well. Dino's mate, Leighton Jordan. The Bristolian Mackham. Yes, sit rep. Hello to Bristolian Mackham as well. I hope you're well as well. Rufus Abajas says, where's my P55? P45? P55? 30? Absolutely no idea what he's going about. Michael, I can see you waving your finger.
Yeah, I just want to mention the Bristol and Mackham because I think Thane was telling me. And by the way, firstly, great shout out to Thane who's reached 500 subs last night. And thanks to everyone who watched the show between me and Thane. But apparently he messaged me saying the Bristol and Mackham site's been struggling quite a bit recently. And these type of shows apparently keep him going. So hope you're doing all right, mate. We're still with you.
Yeah, likewise. I'll back that myself. Stuart Purvis, Mandy Gray, Acacia Cameron Jude is always our good friend, Acacia, and Philip Braun is on. And already we've got a super chat in there. Thank you to Joe Gray Trumpet. Thank you for the $5. It's Chase Alabama. Wish Hume was in the start 11. We'll get onto that in a moment. Thank you for your donation, Joe. Greatly appreciate that. That'll really help us out on the channel. We'll get into the start 11 things. But first and foremost, as is now tradition, Dino, have you got the starting lineup?
I certainly do, mate. Give me. Oh, there it is. Right, for Charlton, on the left is in goal is Ben Amos. On the left is Purrington. In the centre of defence is Pierce and Innes. And on the right is Matthews. I think they're playing a 4-3-3. So on the left side of that midfield is Forskarkaski. In the middle is Pratley. And on the right is Gilby. And on the left is, what a name that is, Giassimi. Up front is Stockley, who I'm sure we wanted to sign at some stage. And on the right is Matson.
Very interesting. Well, I'll read Sunderland's lineup out as well. Sunderland line up like this. In goal, number 1, Dino's favourite player, Lee Burge. Number 6, the captain, Max Power. Number 9, Charlie White. Number 10, Aidan O'Brien. Number 11, Lyndon Gooch. Number 13, Luke O'Nine. Dino, you're not going to boo him, Dino?
No, not a day.
Yeah. We'll let them off. Number 14, Josh Scowen. Number 16, Dejan Sanderson. Number 25, Callum McFarlane. Number 26, Carl Winchester. Number 28 is Aidan McGeady. Substitutions this afternoon. Number 20, Roman Matthews. Number 2, Conor McLaughlin. Number 21, Jack Diamond. Number 23, Grant Leopard. Number 27, Jordan Jones. Number 31, Ross Stewart. And number 33 is Denver Hume. Dino, I'll go to yourself first. Looks like it could be a 3-4-3 with maybe Power, O'Nine and Sanderson in the defence. O'Brien's back in the team. Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, I think O'Brien, I don't know why I feel like Charlie White plays a lot better with O'Brien. I know Ross Stewart didn't have the best of games, so I could see why O'Brien came in. I'm a bit disappointed to not see Jordan Jones in there, as I think he offers so much more than Gooch, but I'm starting to think we might use him as an impact sub later on in the game. The midfield, I like that. Plenty legs. I mean, McGeady's a no-brainer. He always starts. But I'm happy with the centre midfielder because there's a lot of legs, a lot of energy. Max Power back at right back. I mean, he doesn't deserve to be dropped. He's been playing well, but I mean, if you've got Conor McLaughlin on the bench, which I believe we do. I mean, Conor McLaughlin's been class. The centre defence picks itself. Hopefully, we'll see Hume come on at some point, and Lee Burge is the best keeper in League One, so he has to start.
Yes, Jack, yourself, I'm not sure what formation this is. I mean, I agree with Dino. I'd quite like to see Conor McLaughlin be in the starting 11. I think he's been a solid defender so far this season. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's got plenty of legs, that lineup, like Dino said. I think one thing we lacked on Monday, I mean, the pitch was terrible on Monday as well, so it's hard to judge that game, but I thought we were a little bit... we looked tired as a team. I didn't think there was a lot of chasing and harrying and pressing. So I think when we've got the likes of Scowen and Aidan O'Brien in the team, I think it's a team that has plenty of energy. But I think our bench is starting to look stronger as well. I don't know what you lads think, but now that I'm looking at our bench now, I'm thinking we've got options there. We've got Jordan Jones who can bring in. Denver Hume could potentially come and act as like a wing back on the left hand side. Jack Diamond, and Ross Stewart is the second striker. So I think now, I've touched on it before. I think when you get to this stage of the season, it's often the teams that can rotate and manage the squad that come out of it well. And I think we look like we've got options now in all areas. So, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned the bench. Got to have players like Jordan Jones on the bench. That's a statement of just how good we are at the moment, really. We've got a player who's of such quality, in my opinion, looks like a championship player, really, not really a League One player, and he's on our bench. And in there as well as Ross Stewart, who's done well when he came on for us. Jack Diamond, who's always a threat. He's a good runner at the very least. Denver Hume, and that might be a fitness thing that he's still on the bench. But I think you're completely right, really. Just before we go to Michael, back quickly to the chat. Thomas Garrigan says 2-1 to the Wizards today. Casey Cameron Juicing, what do you like to think about Adam Matthews playing against us? Is that the Adam Matthews who played for us? Someone confirm
yes,
that.
It is.
Yes, it is. Of course.
Is it? I didn't even click on.
Yeah.
Neither did I. Hello to Lucas Oliver as well. Casey is saying there's no Chris Maguire. He's out injured apparently. Thomas Garrigan saying Lee Johnson not keen on him anyway. On about Maguire, I do believe there. And hello to Hugo as well, watching from Portugal, as well as Stephen Lujan, who says bonjour guys. So Michael, the starting 11, how do you see it?
I was disappointed when I saw Gooch in the 11, but if it isn't a 3-4-3, then I actually don't mind that because I think when he's a right wing back, he's actually pretty good. If it's O'Brien, McGeady, and White as a 3, then fair enough. I think I'm with Dino. I think that O'Brien complements Charlie White quite well. I think that O'Brien, and we've said it loads of times, he does the ugly, gritty stuff on the pitch to allow White to flourish up front. Obviously, White himself hasn't scored for a few games, which I'm not saying he should be dropped or anything, but it's just something worth thinking about. So hopefully O'Brien being in there can contribute to that. Like the other guys said, there's definitely a bit more energy in that particular side. My only main thing is I would have liked to have seen Hume play over McFadzean, but to be fair, if McFadzean does a job today, you can't knock him for it. It's a game, and like Jack said as well, that if we've got options coming off the bench, that could be what decides today's game. Because I still think the day will be a difficult one because Charlton are just below the playoffs. So looking to try and get into it. And here's the stat for you. I think they're unbeaten in their last 7 league games or something like that. They haven't lost since the end of February. So that tells you how difficult it will be. But from our own
best two
perspective,
form teams in the league. Us and Charlton, I think. Best two form teams in the league, I think, yeah.
Wouldn't that be Blackpool? I think it's us, Charlton and Blackpool. But
yeah,
Charlton are quite good away from home, apparently, but I don't know whether that's true or not.
Well, something's got to give today. It's always, an eventful game when we play at Charlton, especially at Wembley. But hopefully, a win today should mean that we don't end up having to play anyone at Wembley, let alone them. Dino, I see you wanting in.
Yeah, on the Matthews thing, I mean, I didn't really rate him when he was here, but I feel like we've got the better Matthews anyway. But he's on the bench, and I don't rate him, but I think we've got the better Matthews. To be fair,
you see that button that says "Leave Studio"?
Nah, sorry, mate, I can't do it.
Hello to Justin Rico as well, tuning in from Edmonton, Alberta, and Canada. Hello to Lucas Oliver as well. You see, I'm going 3-1 to the lads. Tom Garrigan thinks it's going to be 4-2-3-1 today. Joe Gray trumpets is Jones expecting a child today? Thought he read something. Yes, he said that in his interview he did on the club's website and the club's media outlet. He did say that. So I don't know if that's why he's on the bench, but I mean, someone's put it out there. He said any moment now, really. Just very quickly, 104 people watching, 40 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a thumbs up. Just hit that thumbs up icon if you're watching on a mobile device. You might need to close your live chat first. If not, just hit that thumbs up button. We'll let it get to, I think, 300 by the end of every stream. We normally do it. So if you haven't already, please do give us a like. Jack, just on McFadzean, who's in the team today, obviously Denver Hume on the bench, who's still recovering from injury. Does Hume come straight in for McFadzean? Do you think when he's fit? Because I think he did improve a bit and I gave him a bit of praise, but I think he's went back in the last couple of games. He looks back to his normal self, really.
Yeah, no-brainer for me. I think he's one of the weak links. He's one of the players that I always worry about. He's one of them that looks like he's always got a mistake in him to me, and I think it can only be fitness. I think Denver Hume's been a big miss this season. McFadzean, he is what he is. He's solid, he'll graft, but he doesn't offer you the attacking capability and the pace and the delivery I think that Denver Hume offers you on the left-hand side. So it has to only be fitness. When he gets up to full speed, when he gets up to full fitness, he will be back in the team. And, time's running out, so the quicker the better. We've only got 7 matches after today, so I think we need to get pressing ahead with that and get him in when he's ready.
100%. Dino, do you agree with everything you said there?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I know Callum McFadzean's basically been brought in to cover as a cover for backup, but it's not his fault. Denver Hume got injured and he's been chucked into the starting lineup for most of the season, to be fair. And yeah, he's had his mistakes, but let's remember he came from League Two, so he's going to have the mistakes in him. But I think he's done well since his first couple of games. I mean, he has improved, but Denver Hume's just got a lot more on his locker. He can go forward a lot better. He can take someone on. But Denver Hume's final ball's always been the talking point. He hasn't got a final ball to get into the box. But, I mean, has Callum McFadzean as well? I mean, I'm sure he's got 1 assist. I think he's got 1 assist or something like that and 1 goal. I just feel like Denver Hume is just more of a threat than what Callum McFadzean is. McFadzean will do a job, but if you're going for the league, you need someone who's going to do more than just the job. You need them to be an attacking outlet. So, yeah, for me, as soon as Hume's back up and running, I'd definitely bring him straight back in.
Yeah, I do understand. I get the criticism of Hume, but my thoughts have always been that when you compare the two options out on the left-hand side, that is Hume and McFadzean. I know for a fine fact which one I'd rather have. Now, yeah, I know Hume's deliveries into the box can often be wayward. He tends to always put a good few in there every game. Even if it's just 1 or 2, he still does have some good deliveries. Inconsistent is maybe the word to use, but he's a good outlet. He's got good energy. He's got good pace down the left-hand side. And I just think both offensively and defensively, he's absolutely straight ahead of McFadzean. So as much as I still get the criticism of him the odd time, I just think there's not really any comparison between them two, really. Lucas Oliver on the chat has just said Aidan O'Brien is getting the better out of White. Brian Halliday saying out pitch is looking better again. Thin SFC is saying over the moon. Bobby Firmino was back in the starting 11. I mean Aidan O'Brien. Jack, I'll go to you on this one. It's something that me and Michael agree on quite a lot, that Aidan O'Brien really does get the best out of Wyke in terms of doing the dogged unnoticed work. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think he does help Wyke as much as it seems?
I think I'm not so much White, but the team in general. I think when you need someone to start the press off, and I think he's the first when teams are not on the ball about in defence. I think he's the first to press them and really get in the faces. And I think his energy levels are superb. I mean, I don't know the running statistics, so someone might say I'm wrong about this, but I would bet that he's probably
I'm not that sad. Don't worry.
I bet he's probably the ones that in the 90 minutes he probably runs most because he's still running later on in the game. I know there's a flag and you need players like that. You need players to cover ground. So I don't know about White in himself, but I think we're definitely a better team without the ball as well when Aidan O'Brien starts.
Yeah, I already know that me and Michael really do agree on this. But Dino, I'll quickly bounce the question to yourself. Aidan O'Brien, is he a big help to White?
Yeah, but I think his footwork and his dribbling skills are very underrated. I think when he gets the ball, he's got the ability to go past the player. Like sometimes he turns into a little bit of McGeady at times with a couple of little spins and a couple of little step overs. And I think he is very underrated with his ball control and with his all round play. People just say, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't score enough goals, but it's his overall round play with his energy, pressing, and when he's got the ball at his feet. I mean, if you do watch him in games he's played, he's got nifty little feet to just get round players and give I remember once where the ball was in the air, he brought it down, flicked it over our player's head, played the ball through to McGeady, I think McGeady scored, or McGeady gave it a White. It was great. I do think Aidan O'Brien gets a lot of stick, which is undeserved, because I think he is a nifty little player.
Right, yeah, I mean, I quite like him as well. I've made my thoughts clear on him. I know me and Michael are both a big fan of him. Steve, I'm 73. How are you watching in Glasgow? For the Bronzes, I'm thinking 2-1 us, but can't rule out another draw like what happened against Posh earlier in the week. Lads, I'm going to quickly throw this question out there. To me, it's no. Jack, I'll go to you first, actually, but would you take a point today?
No, we're at home, and I get where people are coming from, but I think really we need to be looking to win the game. I think the only game I'd probably take a point in between now and the end of the season is possibly Hull away, and maybe you could argue Blackpool away, but other than that, I think try and win every game.
Yeah, Dino, would you take a point today?
Go to Michael, because I feel like he hasn't said no for ages.
Well, all right then. Michael,
all right,
yourself?
Then. I'll answer it for you then. The only way I would take a point today is if we're 1-0 down late on, or we were down to 10 men or something. Then I would take a draw. But right now, if it was 11v11 the whole 90 minutes, no, I wouldn't. These, like Jack said, I think the only two games I would consider taking a point in for the rest of the season are Blackpool and Hull away. And as much as Blackpool in particular are on form, I think a lot of people are overrating Blackpool a little bit. I think that we're capable of beating them. Not saying they're a bad side, far from it. They're a very, very good side. They're on really good form. But as for today's game, it just depends. Again, like every single game, it depends on Sunderland's application whether we win the game or not.
Yes, Dino, yourself, would you take a point today?
Nah, I mean, I didn't even want to take a point against Peterborough, but in the circumstances, I see it was a good point because we were 1-0 down. But overall, I mean, if you want to go up as champions, the fate's in our own hands. We've got to win every single game. We can't afford to take points, take a draw. You've got to go out with all intentions of winning the game, and that's for the rest of the season. I don't care if we're playing Hull City away, you've got to win that game. I don't care if we're playing Blackpool away, you've got to win that game. It's as simple as that. If you want to go up, and we've got every chance of going up, we've got to win every single game. If we win every single game, no one can actually overtake us, because mathematically, if we win our 2 games at hand, then win the rest, we're top anyway, no matter if all the other teams win. So for me, if you want to go up,
the only way I would consider taking a point today is if both Hull and Peterborough both lost. But even then, I'd be disappointed.
I wouldn't even take that. Even if them get beat, I still want all 3. I think, Charlton are fighting for playoffs, but that's not an excuse. We can't say, they're fighting for playoffs, so a point's good. Nah, for me, you got to take all 3 points. This isn't the same Charlton team as the first season. This is a totally different Charlton team. They don't have the likes of Lyle. Was it Lyle Taylor? Was he called Diabo or something? The centre midfielder who was an absolute
Joe Aribo.
He was Aribo. That's it. I mean, they haven't got players like that anymore. So for me,
I wonder if he's sweet. Aribo.
Oh, that
Haribo. I tell you what, like.
No, I think today is one of them games where going into it myself, I wouldn't take a point either. We've got to win. When you look back at we played Charlton earlier in the season, we drew 0-0. It was one of the very first games. But I think overall, really, we dominated a lot of that game. We had so many chances, and the only thing we didn't do was score. I remember Tom Flanagan got sent off with not long to go. In that kind of... It was the only time I think Charlton really got through it. I think Flanagan kind of took him for the team. I think he was last man. That's why he got sent off. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But in that last kind of 10 minutes, we just had to sit back and accept the draw at that point, really, because we were down to 10 men. But had he not been sent off, I think we might have even pushed on and got the win, to be honest, because we really were pressuring Charlton. So, I mean, to me, even look at where each side is in the league table, things like that. I definitely back us to win today, 100%. And I think we've got to take up. One thing I will point out though is all we've got to do is actually match Hull and Peterborough's results to finish first above anything else, because we actually have the advantage at the moment if we're the only team who it's in our hands to win the league. Now, I'm only really bothered about top two, but regardless, all we've got to do is match those results. But regardless, today, to me, we've got to win. Lads, we're going to get it in predictions in just a moment. If you want to get your prediction in on the live chat, just type it in. Kieran Gale says Sunderland 1, Charlton 0. Black Cat's Vlog says I wouldn't play McFadzean. Philip Braun, McFadzean scares me. Such a liability in defence. Kieran Gale, hopefully Swindon and Plymouth get results. Hello to Callum Brennan as well. The Black Cats Vlogs says going for a 2-1. Now, Dino was the only one on their Thursday Night Live, so we've got 3 new predictions coming in. Michael, I'll go to you first. What's your prediction for today?
2-1 Sunderland. We've got to be winning the game, but we can't take Charlton lightly.
Jack, yourself, a prediction?
1-0. 1-0 to Sunderland, a nervy, gritty 1-0 win.
Dino, just so I can remember, what was your prediction that you said?
I says it's going to be a tight game, and I says it was going to be a scrappy 1-0 to us.
Well, I'm going to go more optimistic than everyone. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win today. Just quickly back on the chat. Hello to Colin Brennan, who says he's a Charlton fan. Welcome to the stream. Stephen Luhan says Hume drives into the box as well. Brian Halliday says when Wright comes back, could O'Neill and play a left back. That's a decent talking point, actually. I'm not sure when Bailey Wright is due back. I know he's been back in training as of late. Michael, I'll go to yourself first. But if Bailey Wright comes back, does he come straight in for Luke O'Neill? Because in my opinion, he does, because I would like to see Luke O'Neill go elsewhere. And I think the calmness that comes with such an experienced defender who's actually played at a higher level is just worth too much to leave out, especially at this stage in the season.
Well, obviously, it depends. If you're wanting to push 09, if you want to put, sorry, there's dogs barking in the background. If you're wanting to push 09 further up the pitch and add a bit of energy into the midfield or right back, then yeah, Bailey Wright is probably going to have a role within the side. I mean, it depends. I mean, when's Bailey Wright supposed to be coming back into the side? When's he supposed to be match fit?
I don't know. I think if it's before the end of the season, it won't be for many games, because I think he's only just got really back in training. I mean, I could be slightly wrong. I read something yesterday.
Well, in which case, then, I don't know. But the good thing that we have got, though, is that the more players that do come back from injury, and this includes Bailey Wright, the more players that come back from injury, with how many, the next 3 weeks, I think we've got a game every 4 days, haven't we? So they got a game today, game Tuesday, game next Saturday, game following Tuesday, game following Saturday, game the next Tuesday, game the next Saturday. So there's a lot of these players are going to get minutes, whether they're ready to be in the first team again or not. So the sooner Bailey Wright comes back in, the better for me, because I think it frees up 09 to go further forward.
Yeah, before we go to Dino and Jack, Brian Halliday has just said, Lee Johnson said Wright trained well and not far off playing, but want to say a massive thank you to Kirill Louis Dreyfus. I wonder if that's the real one. If it is, I bet I'll be coming up the club's money, but he's donated £4.99, says 2-0. If we win, I will organise Dino get cream pied at every half time next season. So Dino, maybe a reason for us not for you to not want us to win today, because KLD is going to organise you get cream pie. But thank you, KLD, for your £4.99 donation. That'll really help us out at the channel. But Jack, I'll quickly go to yourself. If Bailey Wright comes in, if Bailey Wright comes back, sorry, does he come straight into the start 11 for yourself at centre back?
Yeah, I know Luke O'Nine's done well recently, but I think the defence looked more assured. He's a bit of a leader as well at the back. I think sometimes at times we do miss, a voice set for his leader, someone to kind of, organise a little bit. And I think, like you say, Luke O'Nine, he does play well, but a lot of it's last ditch stuff. You know what I mean? He has to put a last ditch tackle in, or a last ditch header or block. And I think someone who's a bit more positionally, sound would be better. So yeah, I'd chuck him straight in. I think he's a solid defender at this level. Really right.
Yeah, anyway, Jack, thank you for joining us pre-match, but we'll see you at half-time.
No worries. Thanks, lads.
See you, Jack.
Yeah, just on Bailey Wright coming back into the team, I'm quite a fan of him really coming back in the team, because, he's got that experience at a higher level, and he's just got that quality of a natural centre-back. And it's in those times when Luke O'Nien can occasionally get exposed. He's done a cracking job, but he can occasionally get exposed. I think it's his willingness at times to dive into things it can leave us little holes at the back. I remember in particular Lincoln's goal. I know it was ages ago, and I don't want to dig him out because it was one mistake, to be fair. But he just went into Morton a bit too quickly, and Morton was able to turn him. So Dino, Bailey Wright coming back hopefully soon as you get straight into the start 11 for you.
Yeah, and drop Luke O'Nien just for walking away from us, you know. I mean, I've got a vendetta against him. No,
yes.
no, I'm only kidding. Would you not be against going 3 at the back and keeping Luke O'Nien there? I mean, to take Luke O'Nien out of centre-back, even though we've got the best defensive record in the league, I mean, Luke O'Nien is down to that for playing in defence. I mean, I think he's been solid. I really do. Yeah, he's got the odd mistake in him, but so does Tom Flanagan, so does Bailey Wright, even as much as experienced as he is. I mean, would you not be up for going 3 at the back? Because I think...
So are you going Sanderson, O'Nien and Bailey Wright as a back 3, you mean?
Yeah, because do you not feel like Bailey Wright plays better in a back 3 than a back 2?
There's an argument for that.
I
can see why you said it.
When he's in the middle of a 3, I guess that's a fair point. And when he plays in centre back of a back 4, I do get what you're saying. I think I would quite like to see Wright and Sanderson. I mean, you've just got 2 for me, really calm, controlled, like centre backs who, I mean, God, Sanderson's 20 years old, but you could be mistaken for thinking he's in his late 20s. He's just that cool, calm, and collected at the back. It's like oozes quality and confidence, especially on the ball. And you have a really strong set-up partnership there, which would be a case of then who goes full-back, which means as soon as he's back fit will be Hume. And then on the right-back, I think you've got a few options, but to me it would be Conor McLaughlin. Out of all the current options, we've got a right-back. Dino, yourself, Conor McLaughlin?
But then where do you put Power? Because Power's been playing well as well. I mean, this is why I'm glad I'm not the manager, because there's just so many options you could change, you could swap and change. But I mean, Max Power, as much as I slated the bloke last season and the start of this season, I mean, he's come into his own. I mean, I even slated him for being the captain, and I think he's been a great captain since he's been picking up his performances. I mean, he is a bit of a leader, and I mean, Conor McLaughlin again, great this season. He had a terrible season last season. He's came into his own this season. I mean, it just depends what you want, because Conor McLaughlin isn't an attacking right back, whereas Max Power does get up the pitch and he's actually comfortable running forward with the ball, whereas Conor McLaughlin's not really comfortable running forward. It's just a selection headache, really, isn't it?
Yes, I guess Michael will be able to answer Swan 269's comment, but just quickly before we go on to that, back to the right back. I know what you're saying about Power, but I actually think since Johnson's came in, and maybe the move to right back has somewhat facilitated it, but Power looks like a different man in midfield to me. Like under Parkinson, I gave him a lot of criticism because I thought he'd be a bit of a ghost in game. I didn't think he would really do much, but I think that's because Parkinson put a leash on him and his role was just restricted to just recycling possession. He'd just sit back, let other people go forward, and he'd just have to get the ball passed out wide. Like I say, recycle possession. As soon as the ball drops out, give it to someone else and let them do it. But under Johnson, he just seems to have this ability, this freedom to go forward and create. And I think he does well. He does a lot better now. He gets forward, he gets more involved in the final third. So that's why I quite like to see Max Powell come into midfield. But Michael, Swan269 have to comment. I know you've got, I know you know all the remaining fixtures for the team. Do you want to answer it? He said, which of the teams have the toughest running?
Well, it depends what you perceive as tough. Sorry, I'll quickly. By the way, shall I start commentary in about a minute or so, and then go from there?
Michael, yes, you can start commentary, but
sorry, to quickly answer the question. I think obviously we've got Blackpool twice, Hull, and obviously Charlton today. We've also got Wigan. And by the way, I'm not saying these games are going to be easy, but on paper you've got Wigan, Plymouth, Accrington, and Northampton. Hull have got, if I remember right, they've got Plymouth today, Fleetwood, Sunderland. Plymouth today, then Fleetwood, then Sunderland, Lincoln, Wigan, Charlton, and Peterborough's running is Swindon, Northampton, Gillingham, Charlton, Doncaster, Lincoln, Doncaster. So in my own opinion, especially for the end of the season, I'd say Peterborough, but no one's got an easy running.
Yeah, I mean, of course. And as well, even if you have got a running that a lot of people perceive to be easy, you've still got to go and actually win the game. So Michael, before we go to you, on comment, I just want to say 173 people watching. 74 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a thumbs up. Just press that thumbs up icon. If you're watching on a mobile device, you might need to close your live chat first before you do so. See if we can get 300 likes by the end of the stream. What we normally do, be much appreciated. And as well, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do this watch along for every game, giving our commentary and thoughts on the game as it goes on, as well as the Thursday Night Live and the Sunday bunch and other stuff going on. So if you haven't already, please do give us a like and subscribe. But Michael, we're going to hand over to yourself as soon as the game starts. I'll quickly read out a few more comments because I think we've got a little while first. CP7 says 2-0. Vonnie Red says got to be 4-0 today. Thank you to Aaron 7202 says great video, lads. Keep it up. Kevin Caden says time White got back on the score sheet. Yeah, he's been a bit quiet in the goals as of late. Tom Wallace, I think, in response to KLD, saying it's okay, Dino. We'll be back in the stadiums next season and they won't sell cream pies. KLD saying this is the real Kirill. I came across your YouTube channel when I was looking on YouTube the other week. Great content. Keep it up. Well, much appreciated, Kirill. Just make sure any money isn't getting taken out of the club's funds. Jacob Kirkbride as well, of course, I remember the channel says tuning in on my way home from work. How are the lads? 2-0 today. And of course, as Jacob always likes to say, doesn't he, Dino? How do you normally round that off?
Keep the faith or something, Dennis. Keep the faith.
Keep the faith or something like that. One of the
Swamp 269 saying thanks, Michael. I think he's on about you giving him the answer to who's the toughest games remaining.
Me being sad's beneficial to someone. Happy days.
Michael, you're not sad. Of course not. You're Stato. That's who you are. You do your thing.
MB Stato Bowers.
MB Stato Bowers. Maybe that should be
about sexy Bowers.
Just stick that along the bottom, you know, on the name tag on the bottom. MB Stato Bowers.
I'll remember that for the next stream then.
Yes. Well, anyway, I think we'll be kicking off any more. Michael, what's going on in your sprint at the moment?
Well, at the minute they're doing the, I think it's a 2-minute silence for Prince Philip. So obviously rest in peace, because obviously he passed away yesterday. But they're just about to get ready to start. I think they're just showing KLD sitting down in the stands. Charlton are just, I think they're taking their jackets off, and Sunderland are going towards the halfway line. I don't know. I don't think have they decided on either of yours who's going to kick off? No,
it looks like us. It looks like us.
Yeah, so someone's standing over the line. I can't quite tell who it is.
Charlton,
but, there we go. Carl Winchester, there he is.
My screen.
Sorry?
Charlton are all taking jackets off on my screen.
Oh, well, mine's... It's just they've got Charlton like in sort of a group huddle together, and they've just separated and just taking their positions on the pitch, so I don't know who's the furthest ahead. We'll find out as the game progresses, I suppose.
Me and you are kind of in sync, Michael.
So are we both ahead of Jack, then?
Always ahead of Jack.
Mentally.
To be fair, the last game, actually, to be fair to Jack, the Oxford game, I think Jack was furthest ahead. Right, Carl Winchester standing over the ball. Referee's just doing his routine checks just to see if everyone's okay to kick off. Waiting for him to blow his whistle at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland, of course, kick it as usual, kicking from right to left. Left to right in the first half. There they go. There's the knee. Obviously, the stand against racism.
Yeah,
just finished the knee.
Couple of seconds behind you.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you any second it's kicked up. Any second it's about to kick off. And it has done. Carl Winchester has got us in play at long last. There, it definitely does look like a three at the back. So we're going to do the... okay. I was going to try and avoid using the phrase head tennis, but that's not going to be possible, is it?
How many seconds are we going to do it?
I know, exactly. Well, to be fair, it hasn't actually happened. I've contrived a way to actually use it. Charlton attacking down the right-hand side. I think that's Aidan McGeady up against his man, O'Connell McFadden. The ball comes into the box, and it's been headed clear. Clear to Max Power. Lyndon Gooch is going to recycle it and collect it on the right-hand side. Tries to clear it, and it goes off a Charlton player for a Sunderland throw-in. So, okay. Any quick comments, Jack?
Yeah, Bottle Jobs FC said, do Sunderland still have Will Grigg? Well, unfortunately, he's still our player until the end of next season. He's on loan at MK Dons at the moment, actually doing very well. Dominic Barton, afternoon to you as well. And Colin Major saying, it's okay, Dino. We will just stick a meat pie in that in the mush instead, lol.
Got to be different, haven't you? There's the head tennis. There's the aerial battles.
Yes, there we go. Not even a minute in.
Right, Josh Gowans ended it and got the ball. Luke O'Nine's tried to pass it out wide. I don't know who that was to, but Charlton have got the ball back again down there, right or left-hand side, attacking, and Sunderland have pressed them into giving away yet another throw-in. This is going to be a recurring theme again, isn't it? See who's getting ready. See who's getting ready to take this. I know it literally, for those of you who are first time watching, basically every time I resume commentary, Just when we've taken a throw-in or there's a bit of break and play, we go out for another throw-in or another break and play. But speaking of throw-ins, that one's been taken. Luke O'Nien is interchanged with McFadzean. Passes it back to O'Nien on our left-hand side. He's going to launch the ball forward. Yes, he is. We're into Charlton's half again. Charlie Wyke, I think it was Charlie Wyke, isn't able to quite connect to it. And it's going to go out for yet another throw-in to Sunderland, which Luke O'Nien was about to try and take quickly, but he's thrown it to Callum McFadzean. Callum McFadzean is going to throw it back to Luke O'Nien. Now it's with McFadzean again, back again to Luke O'Nien. He's up against Jaden Stockley, who signed on loan from Preston in January till the end of the season. But Charlton's got 5 goals already for them this season. McFadzean gets the ball forward. Is that going to find Charlie Wyke? He tried to get a ball forward on the left-hand side to find Charlie Wyke, but it's managed to get to Ben Amos, Charlton's goalkeeper, who has taken the goal kick, and it is going to go towards Jaden Stockley. You can see why he's there. He's got a good 6 foot on him. Sunderland have won possession back. Callum McFadzean passed the ball towards Josh Gowan, but McFadzean himself was fouled in the process, and Sunderland have a free kick in their own half. Jack, any more comments?
Yeah, Philip Braun says Greg is out on loan. Hello to Philip Howard as well. It's 1269 saying, how often does Sunderland play the 4-2-2 formation? Quite regularly. Don't think we're playing it today, but we do tend to play it quite regularly. Alejandro Diaz Miguez, hello to you as well. Tuning in from Argentina, I believe. And hello to Fiona Gwynn as well. Back to yourself, Michael. We back in play?
Thank you very much. Yes, we are. There we go. Got the ball in the middle of the park. Josh Gowan's now got it to the right-hand side where Max Power is. He's dinked the ball forward, trying to find Aidan O'Brien, but it hasn't quite reached it. We're doing, there's another instalment of the head tennis. Luke O'Nien's just got the ball as high up into the air as possible, back into Charlton's half. We're attacking down our right, Charlton's left, and Sunderland have a throw-in, which it looks like they're going to take quickly, but as I say that, they're probably going to slow it down. Yeah, Lyndon Gooch was getting ready for a throw-in, but he gave it to Max Power, who has just been interchanging with Josh Gowan as he gets the ball back in play. Dion Sanderson has it. He's passed it back to Lee Burge. He's going to pass it to Luke O'Nien on Burge's own left-hand side. Don't quite see. There you go. He's passed it long. It was McFadzean. Winchester's just in the centre. He's just about managed to keep hold of possession. Charlton are doing a little bit of a higher press here. There you go. Ball's gone forward towards Aidan O'Brien, but he's managed to lose it. Charlton now have possession again. Sunderland now have possession yet again, and it's another throw-in. Don't think either team at the minute, in the first 4 minutes, to actually keep hold of the ball. Aidan O'Brien's got the ball left-hand side. Charlie Wyke tried to connect to it, but it's been deflected back towards Ben Amos. He's just going to have the ball in his own box. He's picked it up. I think he's probably going to try and do a short roll it out to one of his defenders. Just waiting for it. 4 minutes gone at the stadium. Like Sunderland 0, Charlton Athletic 0. I'm just waiting for Ben Amos to take it. There's an image of Lee Johnson on the touchline as Ben Amos gets the ball into play back towards the centre of the field again. That's Aidan McGeady and Charlie Wyke trying to win the headers, and it's been I think it's the same pretty much every game. It's quite scrappy so far. Hopeful ball forward by Charlton, which Burge comfortably gathers, and he's rolled it out towards, I think it's Dion Sanderson, but the camera angle hasn't shifted. There we go, now it has. Dion Sanderson on the ball, right-hand side, Charlton's left. Max Power back to Dion Sanderson. Just waiting for it. He's going to do there we go. There's another cliche switch launch. We've now got towards the left-hand side. And there's a bunch of weird purple shapes going on my screen at the minute, so I can't see what happens. And I don't know what's going on there, but anyway.
I got the same.
Ball went forward, and I think Charlie Wyke, Aidan O'Brien tried to get a connection onto the ball, but I think it just went wide for a Charlton goal kick. Let's have a look at it again. McGeady cross from the left-hand side. Charlie Wyke, that's not to be fair to him, that's not an easy effort to try and navigate towards goal, but it's a goal kick to Charlton. Any thoughts, either of you, on the first 5 minutes?
I wouldn't say much has happened at all, really. David Mackham on the live chatting. Hi from Mansfield. Got me season card renewed for next season in the Championship. However, there'll have to be some track up from Mansfield. Lee Hall as well, saying strange decision starting Gooch ahead of Jones.
I would guess the only reason he started Gooch ahead of Jones is to suit the system, but there you go. Anyway, Charlton had a free kick, which they've tried to take quickly, but McGeady's managed to suss out their attack, and now McFadzean's got hold of the ball, passes it back towards Aidan McGeady. I think he's going to try and pass it. He's passed it to Luke O'Nien. I thought he was going to try and pass to Dion Sanderson. Jaden Stockley was on his case there, but Luke O'Nien's trying to bring the ball out of defence, just held on to it there. Now McFadzean's got the ball again, left-hand side, digs the ball forward towards Charlie Wyke, who finds himself again in a wide position. Josh Gowan tried to stop Charlton's play forward, but has conceded a throw-in. Dino, what would you say? Because we haven't come to you very much since kick-off.
It's nice to actually see we get the first chance of the game. It was very unlucky, actually. But scrappy. I expected it to be like this. Bit scrappy.
Fair enough. There's head tennis again, and it's no, a free kick has not been given. Charlton have got the ball again, and just inside Sunderland's own half, just past the halfway line on their left, our right-hand side. The left-back's got hold of the ball. They're passing it back towards the centre-halves. Charlie White's the only one who's pressing at the moment. They're just waiting for Charlton to launch it forward, which they have done, and they've launched it out for a throw-in. I swear, whoever bets, someone should bet on how many throw-ins get conceded in the first 10 minutes. I swear we see a dozen of them in the first 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Jack, anything in the comments quickly?
Oh, well, I did have something, but I've just clicked off it. Yes, hello to Marianne Carlo as well, our friend watching in Boston, Massachusetts. There we go, managed to say it correctly. Predicting a 1-0 win. Maguire to get the goal. I don't think he's actually playing. I don't think he's even on the bench, is he not?
He's not on the bench, I don't think.
Well, don't know how Maguire's going to get on Marianne, but, keep the faith. You never know. He might end up nicking one. So, now, hello to Chris Smith as well. As always, watching from a chilly Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Luke Darby's and I think Jones' other half is expecting, at some point around now. And Kyle Larkin has just seen Akron have just scored, apparently.
Okay, then. Gunnar is pressing Ben Amos here. He's almost got to him, but Ben Amos not quite enough. Ben Amos just managed to get the ball cleared. Good pressing there from Lyndon Gooch, to be fair. Sunderland now have the ball back inside their own half. Dion Sanderson's on it, waiting for someone to try and get into a good position to receive the pass. Now Josh Scowen, of course, has managed to get hold of the possession again. We're just trying to get the ball out of our own back line. With Charlton are pressing fairly high. We're forced to go long, go a little bit long. Charlie White has just tried to win a header down, but Charlton have dealt with it fairly well. They've passed it, but then Ben Amos has passed the ball back towards Sanderson, Josh Scowen. Luke O'Nine's now bringing the ball into the attacking half. It's McFadzean on the left with the ball back to Luke O'Nine, back to McFadzean, trying to get ourselves into the final third. There's Aidan, I think it's Aidan O'Brien going to try and get down the left-hand side. He's put the ball into the box. Charlie White's on it, but it looks like the ball went out of play because it looks like there's a stoppage in play. No, either way, something was given against us. But anyway, Jack, what was your thoughts? Same as normal, same as how these games usually start, Scrappy?
Yeah, it's a common occurrence, really, isn't it? The first kind of 10 minutes, very often two teams just kind of trying to figure each other out. I wouldn't even say it's that. I think we've just matched each other quite well. Both teams are pressing the other side, and I don't think anyone's really been able to just get a foothold on the ball for a minute, to pass it about a bit, because both teams just keep pressing as soon as the other side gets in the ball. So hopefully that'll start to get broken up at some point, and we can start getting a little bit of time on the ball, like some McGeady in the final third. But yeah, it's difficult at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, just stop talking. There was a throw-in conceded, but regardless, they just showed a picture of Nigel Adkins, who, of course, is the current Charlton manager, replaced Lee Boyer a couple of weeks ago, who went to Birmingham City. I can't quite tell who. I think that's Aidan McGeady trying to take the Sunderland throw. Now McFadzean's onto it. McFadzean's on throw-in duty. They've just shown us a picture of the back of Lee Burgess' shirt for some reason, and Sunderland have managed to win yet another throw-in. So, come on, Sunderland, can we stop having loads of throw-ins? Because it's actually quite difficult to keep consistent with commentary.
That's for Dino, Lee Burgess' shirt, because he usually loves him so much.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, in which case, the coverage was very considerate towards Dino, I'll give him that.
Yes, of course.
Josh Scowen.
But I'll tell you who wasn't, Michael. I'll tell you who wasn't very considerate, Dino. Back Dino, I'll let you
I know. Well, I wonder who he's going to say here. And Goose is just trying his fancy dribbling skills, but they managed to win the ball back. Aidan O'Brien, right-hand side, passes it back towards the centre of midfield. Josh Scowen towards Winchester, who gives it to Luke O'Nine, who passes it left towards Dion Sanderson. Got Aidan McGeady running ahead of him. Aidan McGeady's on the ball, but their touch was too heavy, and Charlton now could potentially get something going themselves. They're just towards the Charlton left-hand side. They've got the ball into Sunderland's half, but Lax Powers managed to deal with it well enough to force Charlton a bit further back. They've just done the launch towards their right side, our left-hand side, but they've gone back down towards their left, our right. It's now getting a bit ugly again. Dion Sanderson's cleared the ball. Hang on, Charlie White's won the ball here. He could be through one-on-one here. Is it going to be Charlie White? Oh, what a save from Ben Amos. Should have been 1-0.
Oh! What a save. He actually tried to dink him.
Yeah, he tried to dink it. Charlie White from the centre, entering into the penalty box, tried to dink Ben Amos. To be fair, that was a full stretch to get to that, so that's a very good save. But obviously, from our perspective, we'll be disappointed we haven't scored it. But anyway, that's the best chance of the game so far. What would either of you say? Do you think Charlie White should be scoring, or is it just a really good save?
It is
of course, by the way.
Should be scoring. I mean, the bloke's got 20-odd goals. Should be scoring that. Sorry, you don't get many one-on-ones, but when you get them, you've got to score them.
Definitely agree.
The keeper did do well because he was at full stretch, and if he doesn't get that hand, then it is Sunderland 1, Charlton 0 in that position, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, anyway, somehow we've now where the cameras now.
That could come back and bite with.
Well, hopefully it doesn't. But speaking of which, it possibly could come back to bite with because Charlton have got a free kick here inside Sunderland's own half. As in McGeady is going to form a one-man wall here, I think. Can't quite tell how many yards this is away from. Okay, it's about halfway across into our own half, maybe just short of halfway. From on the right-hand side, I can't quite tell. The referee's just having a word with people by the looks of it. Nope, he's blown the whistle. We're just waiting for Charlton to cross it into the box, which they have done. We're going to deal with it. Oh, unlucky. Oh, Charlton just hit the post. Oh, God. So got quite unlucky at one end up front, and then we got lucky at the other end defensively. That's actually a pretty good free kick. I can't remember who it was who got the header onto that. No, it was off Luke O'Nine's arm, I think.
Is Luke O'Nine trying to score 1 goals again?
I know, didn't he try that on Monday against Peterborough?
Away from us.
I know, honestly.
He's having a very good week, isn't he?
Jack and Dino's estimations of Luke O'Nine have gone right downhill recently. Here we go, Charlton corner from the left-hand side. Number 8 is about to stand over this and take it. We're just waiting for him to actually do it. And the referee's just signalled that it's okay to play on now. Ball in from the left. It's looking like aiming towards the back post. And Sunderland have managed to deal with it, although not fully, though, because Charlton still have the ball in our penalty area. But they managed to get hold of it and clear it. Only not very far back, though. And another cross comes into the box. Charlton have just about managed to get the ball out of play. Good little spell there. Good little spell from Charlton there.
They had 2 people at the back post there, free. 2 players at the back post, free there.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, we got a little bit lucky. Jack, any comments quickly before we go and play again?
Yes, DJ Earth is enjoying the stream from Baghdad. We know you live in Carlisle. David Mackinson, Doncaster losing 1-0. Steve M73, kind of what I'm saying, really. A little while ago, anyway, saying both sides pressing hard. DJ Earth, I still see Sunderland v Charlton Wembley Showdown Part 3. Really, really hope it doesn't get to that stage. Dominic Porter saying, wonder why Wyke's been struggling to score recently.
We're back in play down the left-hand side. I think that's McFadzean. It's McFadzean. McGeady puts the ball into the box, and it's just gone straight to Ben Amos. Sorry, Jack, continue.
That's fine. Hello, and Nina Moore as well, listening from Oslo in Norway. Aaron Fisher, who's tuning in from Faversham. And DJ says the Watsons is afternoon, boys. Attack, 2-0 SAFC. I presume he means attack, and he's put it in a different language, as he always does every week. And DJ Earth's latest score, Southwick 0, the Seaburn Casuals 2. So you're getting the latest there from DJ Earth, who's reporting on that game for us.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of reporting, we're back to the commentary again. Sunderland have a free kick just not far away from the halfway line in our own half. Luke O'Nine's just standing over it, waiting for the all clear to actually take the free kick. Referee's just moved into the centre circle. There we go. Luke O'Nine was just about to take it. He's passed it short towards, I think that's Josh Scowen, who's giving it back to Luke O'Nine. Luke O'Nine's going to try and maraud forward down the left-hand side. He's still got hold of the ball. He's trying to pass it towards Aidan O'Brien, but he's been intercepted, and Charlton have the ball back towards their right-back position. Charlton are just sort of passing the ball around the back at the moment. Aidan McGeady's trying to press, I think, Adam Matthews, the former Sunderland right-back. Now they're passing it around their centre-backs down towards their left-back. No, they're not. They're going to try and launch it forward. There's Max Power, who's conceded a free kick just before the halfway line on the left, our right-hand side, Charlton's left. Is it Jack taking over, I believe?
I can't do Michael. I can take over for the next 15 minutes. So I'm a little bit behind Michael. So if you hear him scream, it means we've scored a goal. I'll do the exact same thing.
Me or Dino, apparently we're in sync.
Yeah, there's a free kick now on the left-hand side, which Charlton's number 6 is due to take. Looks like they're left centre-back. I've got no idea who the Charlton players are, so do forgive me. But anyway, this free kick is taking a while to be taken, but he looks to go towards the ball, puts his right arm sheepishly up, and swings it towards the right-hand side of the pitch. O'Nine goes up to win the header, couldn't quite do so. Falls to their number 22 in the box up against Conor McFadzean. Cross goes in, but I think McFadzean was able to block it, and it's out for a Charlton corner. Just quickly back to the live chat. Kyle Larkin says DJ Earth might be to catch Hull, as Hull have got 3 games. We might be able to catch Hull in 3 games' time. In response to DJ Earth saying we won't catch Hull, no chance. Just waiting for this corner to come in now, where Hull are 1-0 up. By the way, I think that's what sparked that conversation. Just very quickly, 242 people watching, 113 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. Just hit that thumbs up icon. You might need to close your live chat if you're watching on a mobile device first before you do so. See everyone get a 300 by the end of the stream. Be much appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are new around here, we do this for every game. But anyway, this corner due to come in, left-footed ball in, headed away by Aidan O'Brien. I think that comes back to that I took the corner, puts another ball in with his left foot. Won by the number 24. 09 is able to edge it away. The one Power will retrieve the ball out on the right-hand side. But right-footed pass goes forward into Lyndon Gooch. Gooch got two men around him, does well to win a throw in there. In all honesty, as Lee Johnson quickly gets the ball back to Max Power, takes a throw in on the halfway line, looking for the head of Charlie White, who flicks it on. O'Brien now nods it back down to Charlie White. He's got loads of blue shirts around him, so he's done well to keep the ball. Not to Josh Scowen. Now it's with Callum McFadden over to Aidan McGeady on the touchline. McGeady going up against their number 16, a fullback. McGeady right-footed cross. O'Brien with the header, brilliant save for Neighbours. Cleared away. Winchester wins the header, comes down. It's cleared away by a blue shirt. And Charlton look to get back on the attack, but it is Dion Sanderson who's able to retrieve the ball. I don't know if the referee stopping the game for something there. Actually, I think he might have been. If the first save from Ben Amos was good, Dino, that one was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, he's having a good game, and that's never good. I hate these keepers who just seem to keep them in the game. I mean, that should be 2 goals there.
Yeah, Michael, that was just an incredible stop from Ben Amos, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's. To be fair, like that second one, you said like it was literally that the header was right on target. It was literally just hit his hand. That's really good from close range.
Really, really reactionary save. Anyway, the ball did get moving again, and Charlton found themselves with a free kick just inside. I'd just say just about 15, 20 yards inside our half, just a touch over towards the right hand side, which I'm sure they're going to look to get in the box. Joseph Foster, I see he's put up Sky Blues. I'm not sure who he supports, but welcome to the stream anyway. Lazy Lobbers Magnet Fishing, that's a fantastic username. Says Sunderland need to win this. As Keith Lupton says, Hull and Peterborough winning. Sunderland need a goal. Ball swung into the box. Looked to be headed towards goal by that number 6, but couldn't quite do so. I think it was Charlie White who ended up getting out there. Anyway, it's a Sunderland goal kick. In the end, I'm not quite sure what happened. It must have came off a blue shirt last. Free kick rather. The referee's given on Charlie White from their number 6, which is taken by Lee Burge over towards Luke O'Nien to the left centre back, as he has been recently, into Josh Scowen. Now it's back to Dion Sanderson, sat on the edge of the box. Pass over to Max Power out on the right hand side, back to Dion Sanderson inside our box. Sanderson right-footed swing forward, looking for Aidan O'Brien, couldn't quite find him. Taken down well there by the Charlton's strike up front. Passed out wide in number 7 there, up against Lyndon Gooch. 7 there, puts a left-footed ball into the box. Only Callum McFadden meets it and he heads it away to Aidan O'Brien. I'm not sure what's going on with the Sunderland stream, but they keep changing things on the screen as O'Brien fades out to Lyndon Gooch out on the right-hand side. Looks as if he's playing right wing back today. Back to Power, back to Lyndon Gooch, who dinks it infield. Aidan McGeady, who takes it down. Winchester. Now it finds Josh Scowen in the centre circle over to Luke O'Nien, just over the halfway line towards the left-hand side. Back to Josh Scowen. Now it's with Callum McFadden inside Charlton's half. Back to Josh Scowen. Back to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien getting a bit of pressure from a blue shirt there. O'Nien passes it over to Dion Sanderson, the middle of the 3 centre-backs today. Over to Max Power, right centre-back. Feeds into Lyndon Gooch, right-footed. Pass goes forward, and number 6 it wins a free kick there. Aidan O'Brien coming through the back of him. Kyle Larkin says Wigan 2-0, and there Tom Wallace saying hashtag Ask Danny. We've got a question for Danny, haven't we, Dino?
We do, and it will be all revealed at the end of the season.
If we get to 10,000 subscribers, that is.
And there's that.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, Sunderland goal kick now. That free kick just went out over the byline as Luke O'Nien has it now and finds Dion Sanderson just inside our box now. Taking the ball forward, right-footed pass goes across the field, looking for the run of Callum McFadden. Couldn't quite find him. Charlton looking to build an attack now. Scowen knocks it back to Aidan McGeady, I think that is. Scowen gets it. McGeady gets it forward to Scowen. Now it finds McFadden, who puts the ball up the line, looking for Charlie White out on the left-hand side towards the corner flag there. Number 24, I believe, has fouled on there. Trying to see confirmation the referee has given a free kick. Yes, he has. Still another free kick then towards the corner flag. Might be a decent area there with the ball in the box, mightn't it, Michael?
Yep. Try and get one on for Charlie White or Dion Sanderson. Just either way, like I said, with the other games not going our way, we need to just get our noses in front and go from there.
But no, look, Dino, Ben Amos is just about to pull off the save of the season, isn't he?
Wouldn't surprise us. He's having a blinder so far, like.
Yeah, just very quickly, 261 people watching, 109 likes. If you haven't already, please do press the thumbs up button. Give us a like. If you're watching on a mobile device, you might need to close your live chat first. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are closing in on 6,000 subscribers. It'd be great if I get there by the end of the season. McGeady, right arm up. Free kick goes into the box. Amos punches it away, however, only as far as Lyndon Gooch. Out on the left-hand side, Gooch trying to beat his man and get the ball work back towards the box. He feeds it over to Josh Scowen out on the right-hand side. Scowen in a decent area, put a cross in. You'd think he tried to put a cross in, but it ended up turning into a bit more of a schross, we'll say, a bit of a shot cross. But Ben Amos is able to catch the ball there. That one not as challenging as his previous saves he's had to make. Just another look at that there. Scowen had the ball out on the right-hand side. Yeah, I think he went across it, but it went towards goal, and Amos just with the casual catch there. But anyway, the ball finds itself out on the left-hand side, but Sunderland were able to retrieve the ball. I think that was a bit of a misplaced pass, really. Dion Sanderson. Now, back to Luke 9 on the left-hand side of the three centre-backs today. Davey FV is saying, where can I watch? We watch the game on SAFC.com. You can buy the stream on pass on there. I think it's $9.99 or $7.99 if you're watching from abroad. Could be slightly wrong, but SAFC.com is where we watch it. As Dion Sanderson now brings the ball forward, right-footed pass goes across field looking for Charlie White that we couldn't quite find. Anyway, Luke 9 takes it down on the halfway line towards Carl Winchester now. Winchester back to Luke 9, just inside our own half, waiting for Bailey Wright to come back, so I can say back to Bailey Wright. Michael is 09, plays a forward pass. McFadzean out on the left-hand side, cutting it in against his man, looks for the runner Scowen, well intervened by their number 16 in the right-back area, who looked to clear it forward, but Josh Scowen got in the way, and it's a Charlton throw-in out on the right-hand side. Dino, have you got any thoughts on the game so far?
Hey, we should be winning, put it that way. I mean, I don't think they've hit the post, but that was off our own player, so we got a bit lucky there, but Amos made the two saves, and other than that, nothing's really happening. It's a bit just scrappy. I mean, we have kept the ball in spells quite well, but so have Charlton. It's tight, but we should be winning so far. We should be winning with the chances we've had. Yeah,
it's another Charlton throw now, as that one only went towards the Sunderland player, which knocked it out. So another Charlton throw in just about 10-15 yards up the pitch. Although he thinks it's a bit more clear, the Charlton player, as it goes forward again, taken down by their number 9 out on the right-hand side. McFadzean's able to get a foot in, but Charlton have the ball back now. 09 putting a bit of pressure over on the right-hand side. The ball goes out, and it is a Sunderland throw-in out on the left-hand side. Keys are coming duty, and there was no chance winning. We're going to win at home today. Swindon have got Peter Raven there, Michael.
Sorry, say that again?
Swindon have got Peterborough today.
Yes.
Yeah, in response to Casey's commenting, there's no way Swindon we're going to win at home today. McFadzean now with the ball forward, looking for White or O'Brien, couldn't quite find him. Winchester heads it forward. A bit of head tennis going on in the middle now. It took us 24 minutes.
Hey.
So throw it to Sunderland on the left-hand side anyway. McGeady's got the ball at the moment. McGeady taking the throw-in back to Callum McFadzean. Into Carl Winchester, just inside our own half, over towards Max Power at right centre back. Power knocks over the halfway, looking for Lyndon Gooch. Left-footed pass looks for the run of Aidan O'Brien down the line. Then number 6 is able to retrieve the ball back to Ben Amos with the left-footed clearance towards their left-hand side, which it only goes out for throw-in, which I think Max Power will take. Michael, you got any thoughts on the opening 25 minutes-ish?
Don't know. I think it's the same thing as the last few games. Done all right until we get into the third, but decision-making's let us down. Hopefully that improves. Yeah,
definitely 2 great saves from Ben Amos as well have kept us out, as Power knocks it back to Dion Sanderson, who knocks it back to Lee Burge, so just outside of his box, passes it over to Luke 09 under no pressure really. The Sunderland defence now from the blue shirts in McGeady in the middle of the park. McGeady's dropped quite deep to get the ball. It looks as if he's playing a bit of a free roam really. Could be a 3-4-1-2 with McGeady being the one, with just a free roam to go where he wants. So 9 passes it forward. Aidan O'Brien nods it down, only into a blue shirt. Though, and Charlton look to build an attack now, knocking the ball about the defence. Then number 6 has it now, just sat on the edge of the run box. Left foot pass goes into the midfield. Now it's over into the left back area. Charlton trying to come down our left now as number 7 has the ball. Knock back, long ball goes forward, looking to challenge Josh Scowen. Then number 11 has judged the bounce of the ball better, I think, really there. Scowen standing him up out on the left-hand side. Scowen trying to intervene. The ball's picked up by their number 3, but Lyndon Gooch gets in there ahead of him, and the referee's given a free kick, I believe, for a trip or a push on Lyndon Gooch by their number 3. Quite in a defensive area for ourselves. I'm sure it'll be Lee Burge just looking to knock this one long, or to pass it around the back. Just very quickly as well, 254 people watching, 119 likes. If you haven't already, please just press that thumbs up button. See if we get 300 by the end of the stream, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are closing in on 6,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get there very soon. We do this for every single game, as well as the Thursday Night Live and the Sunday Bunch and other stuff going on. We've got a few plans for when the season finishes as well. Lee Burge takes this free kick now, swings it forward, looking for Aidan O'Brien, who we couldn't quite find. The ball comes straight back at us. Then number 7 picks it up on the left-hand side. Carl Winchester picks up the ball, loses it though. Forces Charlton's number 11. Over there, number 8 now, who turns Gooch quite well, knocks it back to their number 3 on the left-hand side. Left-footed ball looking for the striker, who heads it towards goal. Dion Sanderson takes it down and finds Luke O'Nien at centre-back. O'Nien over to Max Power at right centre-back. Power, long ball driven up the line, looking for Charlie Wyke, who is able to get ahead in it, I think, there, but no Sunderland player is able to retrieve it. Wyke has to do the second bit of the battle as well, but then number 3 comes away with the ball, runs through our midfield towards the right-hand side, gives it to number 7 now, who seems to be quite an outlet, really, for Charlton out on that left, back to their number 8. Still out on the left-hand side now, Charlton trying to build an attack. Nice little 1-2, where Lyndon Gooch is able to intervene, however, and is out for a Charlton throw in. Sunderland 0, Charlton 0. If you are just joining us here at the Stadium of Light, apparently it's the 2 most informed teams in the league here. A bit of a stalemate so far. Sunderland have had 2 decent chances, which Ben Amos has made 2 brilliant saves for. Charlton have hit the post once, nothing much to comment on above that. It's been a relatively scrappy affair apart from that. Anyway, Charlton back in play now. Their number 7 cutting inside, coming into the box. Max Power standing up, goes down the box. Referee doesn't give anything. And here comes Sunderland now. Scowen is fouled. Then number 15 takes the ball off Aidan McGeady, cuts inside, took a shot, went down again. Referee waves play on. Luke O'Nien retrieves the ball, fires Callum McFadzean out on the left-hand side. McFadzean is taken down out on the left by their player who's out on the right. Looks to be their number 22, I think that was, just on the halfway line. Sunderland free kick there, which is taken quickly. O'Nien into Josh Scowen, over to Max Power at right centre-back now. Power still got the ball over to Lyndon Gooch on the touchline. Gooch trying to take the ball forward, looks to find Wyke. Wyke couldn't quite win the headers. A few times we went for that long ball and we haven't quite won it. Then number 15 knocks it forward now. McFadzean picks up on the loose ball in the middle, feeds it in Aidan McGeady. He's got Gooch out on his right-hand side. Is he going to pass the Gooch? Finds Aidan O'Brien in the box. As clearly Dino finds something funny. Aidan O'Brien still got the ball. Well, the referee's blown for something, and Aidan O'Brien just taught the players a little bit there, just dancing with the ball, as the Charlton players are getting a little bit frustrated with him there. We'll be handing over to Dino as well in just a minute. If you are just joining us, it's Sunderland 0, Charlton 0 at the Stadium of Light. And we've had 2 decent chances ourselves. Charlton have hit the post once anyway. The free kick has been taken. Charlton going to probably try and build the ball through the pitch, try and build a chance from this. Number 8 has it now in the middle of the park for Charlton, knocks it to their left centre-back, left-footed ball towards the left-hand side. Then number 7 takes it down. Should I say left again? You never know. Anyway, then number 3 knocks it back to their left centre-back, who puts it forward. Sanderson lets it go over his head as Lee Burge, Dino's favourite player, collects the ball, knocks it into Dion Sanderson just up ahead of him, the middle of the 3 centre-backs today. Sanderson taking the ball through the middle of the park, looks to try and switch it over to Aidan McGeady, who wins the flick on very well, actually finds Charlie Wyke out on the left-hand side. Wyke takes it down back to Aidan McGeady. Now the ball finds Aidan McGeady again. Wyke has it now. Now it's Callum McFadzean out on the left-hand side. Quite a few blue shirts standing up, knocks it back to Luke O'Nien, who's looking to try and join the attacker teams from left centre-back. Scowen retrieved the ball, did go down, and again, referee waves play on. Charlton coming at us through the middle now. Their number 11 with the ball in the middle of the park, just come through the centre circle. Over there, number 7 now out on the left-hand side, who's up against Lyndon Gooch. Gooch not well, he did do well, ended up to block the cross, and it's out for a Charlton corner. And I'll be handing over for the last 15 minutes of the first half of Dino. Dino, take it away.
No problem, mate. Lyndon Gooch done well there to get back, because that Jay Simi, I'm going to call him Jay. I'm going to call him Jay just because
we'll just call him Jay.
It's a very hard name to pronounce, but Gooch done very well to get on Jay's to get to Jay and get knocked out off corner. It's a corner on the left side, and Forster Kaski will take it. Kaski.
Yeah, I thought Gooch kind of lost his man a little bit initially, and then got back.
Header by Charlton. Oh, it's off the. Oh, what's that? It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal for Charlton. Number, I don't know who that is. I don't know who scored. The corner came in. Number 24, Innes, the defender, has put them up 1-0 to Charlton. It's a ball in, and I don't know what happened. He won the header, and I think it bounced off the post. And then what happened here? He heads it.
It looks to me.
Good save by Lee Burge. Scowen scored an own goal. Scowen scored an own goal. Scowen's took a swing at it to clear it from the line, and he's sliced it into his own net.
Burge did well to make the save there. It then falls on the line to Scowen, who looks to get it clear with his left foot to get it out of the box, but he just completely catches it wrong, and he ends up sending it into the back of the net. Disappointing that, lads. In all honesty, I don't think we've been absolutely amazing, but if any side deserves to be in the lead, Dino, I think it's got to be ourselves, really. Yeah,
100%. I mean, Lee Johnson's arguing about Summit. I don't know what it is he's arguing about. I mean, that's terrible from a Sunderland perspective. Like, Scowen just sliced the ball into the roof of his own net. I mean, that just sums Scowen's season up in a way. Anyway, we're back on our way anyway. Pratley now with the ball, but Aidan O'Brien makes a couple of tackles. Charlie Wake has it. Plays out the left to McGeady. No, Callum McFadden has a shot across goal. What a save by Amos.
Come on.
It's a really good save by Amos. It came out to Callum McFadden. One of the players you wouldn't assume would have a shot. He's had a shot, hit it across goal, and it's a great save there by Amos.
That's three now. Three great saves from Ben Amos now in Charlton's goal.
It was. But the thing is, though, McFadden's touch really let him down there because it took him too wide for the shot. And to be honest, if you want someone to take a shot, it's probably McGeady and not McFadden. But it's a corner to Sunderland on the right side. I think McGeady will take it. We can get into this with creating chances, whipped into the box. Oh, it's a good header, but it's missed everybody. Will Aidan O'Brien keep this in? He will. He's on the left side. But it's a good tackle by Pratley, and it's a throw into Charlton on their right side, our left. He's headed off Max Power.
There's my prediction of 2-0 knackered as well.
And my 1-0 knackered as well. Anyway, it's a throw in to Charlton on their right side. Will be taken by former Sunderland player Matthews. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted with that. Like,
it's so frustrating when you can argue maybe more could have been done from the corner. I'd like to see it again, see how easy the header was won, but it's just a mistake from Scowen. It's just one of those things where you just put your head in your hands, but there's not much you can really do about it. You know, it happens.
It does. Anyway, Sunderland with the ball now with Dion Sanderson. Dion Sanderson goes long to the left side looking for, I believe that is Aidan McGeady. McGeady will head it forward to Charlie White, but the referee is given a throw in as he believes it went out of play. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, Kieran Gale, I was going to read this one out anyway, says, would you take a draw now? Me personally, definitely not. I think, we've only played just under 34 minutes. We can definitely still get 2 goals in this and take all 3 points. Steve M73 says, Oxford, they were allowed to carry the ball through the middle of the field and challenge. That is a fair point in the lead up to that corner, actually. There wasn't really much challenge to the Charlton players, and they did come through. Yeah, just replay of that goal there. He does win the header.
Anyway, McGeady on the left side whips the ball into the box, cleared by Pierce. Picked up by Stockley, who gives it to Jay. Jay now cuts inside and gives it to Matthews, who knocks it back to Amos. Amos goes long down their right side looking for Mattis, but Stockley wins the header, but only as far as Max Power, who will gather the ball. Power now, plenty of time on the ball. Gives it to the right to, I believe, Scowen, who knocks it to the touchline to Gooch. Gooch goes past Jay. Starts running forward now. He's looking for a pass. He turns on himself, comes back on himself, and he's lost the ball. He's given it straight to their player. Kaski goes forward looking for Stockley. John Sanson wins the header, but only as far as I believe that is. I don't know who that is. Gilby out to Matthews on the right side, who whip an early ball into the box. It's one. Is that a handball by Dion Sanderson? Stockley's won the header. He's claiming to the ref for a handball, but the referee hasn't given it. I think that could be a fair shout. I think it did hit Dion Sanderson's hand, but we on the right side with Gooch. Gooch goes down the line looking for White, who will get there, who gives a touch, has a shot, and a straight at Amos. Poor connection by White. Good to get in position, but the shot was very tame straight at him. Now Charlton have the ball. they're showing a replay here, just of Charlie Wyke's effort. He brings the ball down. He's under pressure by Pierce. He's off balance and he hits it straight into Amos's hands. Anyway, it's at the halfway line here. Jay has the ball on the left side. Max Power tackles him, but Gilby will retrieve the ball back and give it to Jay. Jay now tries to go past two players. Scowen tackles him. Scowen with another tackle. Well done. But Purrington hits it forward. Stockney will win the battle against Dion Sanderson, but it comes out to Luke O'Neill, who plays it forward at the halfway line to McGeady. McGeady now driving forward. He's got McFadzean on his left side, who will give it to the left side to McFadzean, who whips the ball into the box. Comfortable for Amos. Anyway, it looks like we are going on the attack, and I look at the replay, lads. I mean, Lee Birch could be at fault there, you know. I feel like Lee Birch.
Oh, Dino!
I feel like Lee Birch.
He said it.
He pushed it in there. He put instead of pushing it out. I don't know if the spin of the ball when it bounced off the floor. It looked like he went to push it out and it's just come into the middle. But still, Scowen should clear that, no problem.
That's one of the mistakes Scowen where like these things happen. You know, players do miskick the ball, unfortunately, at times, and it's just what's happened. But we need to get ourselves back in this game now. We just need to put that behind us. Forget it happened. Keep moving forward. We do.
Anyway, Gooch comes in field. He's got Purrington on his tail. He switches it out to the right. I believe that is McFadzean now. McFadzean now. He's got Luke O'Neill on the left, but he gives it into the box to Charlie Wyke. Charlie Wyke has it on the left side of their box. Gives it out to McGeady now. McGeady. He stood up by. I don't know who that is, but he goes to the byline. Whips it to the back post. Cleared by Pierce. Edge of the box. Scowen on his chest. It's a bit head tennis in the box here now. Number 11, Gilby will clear it, but only as far as Carl Winchester, who gives it to Dion Sanderson now. Dion Sanderson on about 20 yards out from their box. Gives it out to Scowen on the right, who knocks it back to Winchester. Winchester looks up, plays the ball to the back post. It's past everybody. It's went past everybody now for a goal kick too.
There's only one thing. There's only one thing better than head tennis, and that's head tennis in the box.
No, scrambles in the box. That's the best. Scrambles. Anyway, Michael, on their goal, I mean, do I have a point? Did Lee Birch do? Could Lee Birch done better there?
Yeah, I did think that he could have. I did think that he could have done a bit better with it, but at the same time, it's, I suppose, just one of those things that happen. I'm just interested in how Sunderland respond from this. You can start by getting level before the break, ideally.
Right. I'm going to put it this way, right? Yeah, Lee Birch could have done better, but at the end of the day, people always say he needs to make the save. He made the save, and it was his own player who couldn't clear the ball. So, I mean, as much as people say, oh, Lee Birch should have done better, put Remy Matthews in goal, I mean, he made the save. It's quite close at him, but Scowen should clear that for me, no problems. And it's just very unfortunate, like you say, players do miskick the ball, and he's miskicked it at the worst possible time.
You've got to afford for these mistakes to happen. What you've got to do, and Kieran Gill makes a fair point. We were 1-0 down against Oxford, and look, we won 3-1. Exactly. We've got to put it behind us. You know, individual errors happen all the time. There's not much you can really do about it. You know, Scowen didn't mean to do that, and you know, if it happens, you know, 9 times out of 10, that ball gets cleared out, you know, towards the halfway line. You just got to move on. You know.
True. Talking about Scowen, he's give the ball to Luke O'Neill on the left side, who plays it to Callum McFadzean on the touchline. McFadzean plays it inside to McGeady, who's on the left side of the box. McGeady now, what's he going to do? Is he going to go on the outside? He dinks it into the box. It's cleared though. Jay will clear the ball forward. Max Power brings it down and gives it to Scowen, who knocks it to the right to Gooch. To Gooch. But Jay makes the sliding tackle and gives it out for a throw in to Sunderland. 40 minutes, it's going to be 40 minutes here at the stadium. Like Max Howell will take the throw in on the right side. He's looking for support. He's shouting at his players, going, "Where are you? Show for us." And no one's showing for him. And he looks very frustrated. He throws it to Dion Sanderson now. Dion Sanderson on the right side tries to give a 1-2 with Lyndon Gooch, and Lyndon Gooch is tackled, and the referee is not given a free kick for that. Darren Prattley will run away with the ball. Josh Scowen brings him down as a professional foul, and the referee will not give a yellow card, and it's a free kick to Charlton. Anyway, comments, Jack?
Yeah, Callum Brennan says, "Come on, Charlton." Definitely not, but I hope you're enjoying the stream anyway. Philip Braun says, we've been so close so many times, we're due to get at least one back. I think that's a fair point. And kind of to touch on that as well, CP7 tuned in from Australia as always, he said, how have we not scored? Exactly. We've had so many chances. I think it's only a matter of time before one of these give. Apparently Wigan are now beating Doncaster 3-0, which is quite a poor result for us because we need Doncaster to be challenging so that when they play, who is it, Michael? Doncaster have got to play twice?
Peterborough.
There you go. So that they're, you know, fighting with every chance to get back in.
We need Lincoln to do well as well, actually, because Lincoln have still got to play both Hull and Peterborough.
They're getting beat, I think. Anyway, Lee Birch just gets there in front of Matteson. He rolls it out to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson now runs the ball out of the box and knocks it back to Luke O'Nien, who's on the edge of the box on the left side. Luke O'Nien, back to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson looking for option. Max Power's making the run down the right side. He gives it to Scowen just inside on the outside of him. Scowen goes long, looking for Charlie Wyke, who is he fouled there? Apparently not, but it's Charlie Wyke again. He played a 1-2. He gives it out to McGeady, who has a shot and to deflect it over the bar. Sunderland corner. You know what, lads, right? I'd love to see this change made, Gooch off, because I've just seen there Dion Sanderson try to play a 1-2 with Gooch, and Gooch, because he can't play a first time pass because he has to hold on to the ball, and he got tackled. And Lyndon Gooch, just his decision making is terrible. Like, I mean, he wants to hold. He's like that 11-a-side player who just wants to hold on to the ball all the time. Like, come on, man, just give it the ball the first time. I mean, Gooch is not capable of it anyway. Corner to Sunderland, McGeady will take. There's a hold up in play here. Have you seen that, lads? It looks like we're going to do a running train on the edge of the box. He plays it short to, I believe,
I'm always a fan of a running train.
Max Power towards the back post, and it's cleared away by, I don't know who that is. I think that's Innes, the goal scorer. And Matthews will keep it in play, knocks it down the line. And Matteson, who flicks it over. McFadden's head. It's a counter attack here. Jay has it on the left side, but Dion Sanderson will get back in position. Jay now runs inside, cuts in on himself, gives it outside to, I believe that is number 11, Gilby. Gilby now on the left side of the box, plays it back to Pierce. Pierce inside to Pratley, who gives it back to Pierce. We've stopped their counter-attack now. Matteson in the centre now. Matteson, he's on the left side now. Does a little step over and turns back on his cell and gives it back to Pierce. Pierce, who knocks it back to the halfway line to Pratley. Pratley goes forward long and he knocks it straight out for a throw-in. 42 and a half minutes gone here, and it's Sunderland 0, Charlton 1. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, Steve M73 saying we're playing Wigan on Tuesday. Let's hope they aren't coming into form. That's my point exactly. It's kind of a negative result for us in both ways, really. We need Doncaster to be picking up points that, so they're fighting for their lives when they play Peterborough. I hope we take some points off Peterborough as well. We play Wigan, so hope. 3-0, but you'd have to do something crazy to lose that. Really want something crazy, but you'd have to give it away. But yeah, it looks like Wigan are coming into good form, aren't they?
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're fighting relegation, so we know what it's like to fight relegation. You do get the odd, the odd result where, like, you smash a team. It's funny when you're in a relegation zone. Anyway, it's a free kick to Sunderland with about 25 yards out on the right side. McGeady will take. I think it was a foul on Charlie Wyke.
Yeah, Wyke was getting manhandled. I was tempted to see he had 3 hands on him. That's what it looked like. He just had it. From all angles, he was.
Anyway, McGeady puts in McGeady. What a terrible free kick! He gives it straight to Ben Amos. That's just a waste. Come on, man. I mean, free kicks need to be better.
Ben Amos has made some great saves, but McGeady made that one simple.
That wasn't even a shot. That was a cross. He might as well have had a shot. That was terrible, to be fair. Anyway, Ben Amos now. 44 minutes gone here at the Stadium of Light. I think we'll get about 2 minutes out of time. That's what I'm going to guess. And he's went long, Ben Amos, down the right side. Won by Stockley, who flicks it to Matteson, but Luke O'Nien's on his shoulder. Matteson will won't keep it in play. It's a Sunderland throw in, which Luke O'Nien will. No, he gives it to Callum McFadden. McFadden throws it back to Luke O'Nien now. Luke O'Nien goes across the box to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson knocks it wide to Max Power now. Max Power just knocks it forward to Scowen, who gives it back to Max Power. There's not much movement in front of him. Max Power will go long into the centre. Carl Winchester does really well there. And it's come out to Gooch, who knocks it out. No, not Gooch. Scowen, who knocks it out to Gooch. Gooch goes past Jay. Again, Gooch tried to do it. Jordan Jones and gets tackled. Yeah, he holds on to the ball way too long. I mean, come on, man. I mean, he's not good enough. I'm sorry. I'm fed up with Gooch. It's been the same for the last 3 seasons. Like, I mean, he takes one player on, then release it. No, he does a little step over. To be fair, that should probably be a free kick, but it's not the point. And there's a minute of added time. And I think Gooch looks a bit injured here. He's walking very gingerly, but we've give the ball back to Charlton as they did knock it out for a throw into us as they thought Gooch was injured. Anyway, Ben Amos has the ball. It looks like they're just going to stay out the half and we're 1-0 down. Lads, on the whole, this half, I mean, we should be winning, but it's just it's just a typical Sunderland thing, isn't it? We can't score, and then Josh Scowen puts it in his own net. I mean, it's a very Sunderland thing to do.
Yeah. Precisely. It's just, I just hope we can, in the second half, we can make use of these chances, but they continue to come, and that we don't come out in the second half and not have those same chances that we've had in the first half, and we just make them count this time instead.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a free kick on the right side. Foul on Stockley, but it's this will probably be the last tackle of the game because 46 minutes has gone. But overall, I'm very disappointed. I mean, I'm going to say it now. If we can't even win this game, I think that's top two gone. I think it's playoffs. I'm going to say that. If you can't
I think that's a bit of an
top.
Exaggeration, Daniel. There's still plenty of points to play for. And at this current time, well, before this game started anyway, I don't know how it changes, but...
Just the ball in the box, cleared by McFadzean, but put back into the box by Purrington, headed forward, but Max Power will gather the ball on the right side of the box. And it's half-time at the Stadium of Light, and it's Charlton 1, Sunderland 0, Josh Scowen own goal. Anyway, what we're saying, Jack, sorry?
Well, I think I was saying that maybe a little bit harsh to say that if we can't win this game today, that we're down. Because
I look at it this way: them two teams who are above are winning, and we're losing. I mean, and then them games in hand come less relevant as long as we're not winning.
I mean, I don't know how this changed, but I know before the game we actually had the advantage in terms of we were the only team that was fully in our hands to actually win the league. I just think there's still plenty of points to play for. And let's say we even were to lose today, which I don't think we will. I think we will turn this around. I think we'll get at the very least a result. But let's say we turn this around. Let's say even if we don't turn this around, there's still plenty of games to win going into that final stretch of the season. Just very quickly, before we get on there, kind of reviewing that first half, 287 people watching, 140 likes. If you haven't already, please do press the thumbs up, give us a like. See if we can get 200 likes by the end of half time and let it get 300 by the end of the stream. We normally do it. And as well, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do this watch along for every single game, as well as go live on a Thursday and a Sunday to talk about the matches and stuff like that and other stuff as well. But anyway, joining us again, as was in pre-match, Jack. Jack, the first half, we've had some good chances, really, haven't we? What do you make of it?
Frustrating. I think we've had lots of the play, missed a couple of golden chances, and then we've been punished from a set piece. I mean, it's annoying because it's an open game. And we've probably had the better of it through the middle, but we've got it wrong in both boxes. Bad finishing and sloppy defending, and a real soft goal to give away. Cost us at the minute. We probably don't deserve to be losing on the balance of play, but if you give teams, goals like we've given them today, then you're going to get punished at any level, really.
Just to touch on that goal, of course, it was a Josh Scowen own goal. He went to clear out. It's just come off the wrong side of his foot, really, ended up in the back of the net. Should Burge have done more for you, Jack?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of Burge and Scowen. It was soft hands from Burge. He didn't get a good hand on it, and then ball spinning, but Scowen could take a touch and then clear it. He tries to swipe at it, and he slices it into his own net. But what's frustrated me is the fact that they're evidently good at set pieces, particularly with Stockley in the centre halves. From the first 5 or 10 minutes, you could see that they were good. They were dangerous from set pieces, and I feel we've given them a lot of free kicks. A lot of soft free kicks and corners, and we've given them the opportunity to press us and put us under pressure, really, from set pieces. So I don't think we've helped ourselves in that situation either.
We've just been giving Gooch a little bit of criticism there as of late. Of course, he did give the ball away just only a few moments ago as well, Jack. Does he come off for you? Does anyone replace him going at the second half, or do you give him a bit longer?
He's done a lot of defensive work, but 3 or 4 times now he's overplayed. You know what I mean? There's been simple balls on and he's given it away, and he's tried to be too, overcomplicated with the game. Sometimes it's better if you just keep it simple. And with Jordan Jones on the bench on the right hand side, it's straightforward for me. I'd get him on and get him tearing at their defence. Yeah,
definitely. Dino, we're going to go to you now. What are your thoughts on that first half then? I mean, I think we both agree that we should be winning at this point. We've had the chances.
Yeah, we've had good chances, but it was all downfall. I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, Michael, there's loads of noise happening on your end. By the way, the corner that came in, it was a free header. I'm sure, and I'm positive. Gooch, I think it was Gooch. I don't know 100% quarters. I think Gooch was marking the tallest player. I mean, what world is that allowed to happen? He runs away from Gooch, I believe, gets a free header, which should never happen. And yeah, as much as I think Lee Birch is a cracking keeper on that, but I think he should be doing better. But even though he did make the save, and Scowen, like Jack said, he sliced at it, and I mean, if you slice the ball in that position, it's a goal regardless. I mean, come on, man, it's just simple stuff. But we've had good chances. Ben Amos has made 3 great saves, which is good to see because we don't really create many chances on target, and we've had the better chances. I'm sure that's, apart from them hitting the post from Luke O'Nien, I think that was their first shot practically on target from their point of view, and they've scored it. I mean, it just shows that in these games, you've got to take your chances. And again, Charlie Wyke, he's dinked the keeper. It's a great save, but you've got to score one-on-one, man. It's a one-on-one. You can't miss a one-on-one. You rarely get them in a game these days, and he gets one and he misses. And I mean, with a lad who's on form like Kid, he should be burying that.
Yeah, Toots TV. Oh, sorry, Dean. I thought you were finished.
No, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Oh, it's back in the chat. Toots TV says Sunderland will win 2-1. John Ridley just said, so last week we had a team playing for the win and drew. This weekend we are playing for a draw and losing. What's that about? Scowen and McFadden can do one, and we have Hume and Jones on the bench. Michael, to go to yourself first. I mean, do you think we've been playing for a draw today, as John Ridley's comment suggests?
No, I don't think we have. I think if we were playing for a draw, we wouldn't have created the chances that we have. I think it's just frustrating. It'll be frustrating that of the 3 teams, it'd have to be us to drop points. But I do think it'd be a bit premature to say just because we don't win this game, that's it. That's it. The season's definitely finished, because there's still 7 games after this left to play. And again, it's not preferable. The other two are winning annoyingly, and obviously we're getting beat. But remember, I'll put it this way: Peterborough and Hull have both got to go to Charlton. So I will be annoyed at Charlton if they beat us and then don't turn up in either of those games, because that's the sort of thing that really aggravates us. But regardless, this game, it depends on our response. To be fair, I would argue we don't deserve to be losing, but we've got to have a big second half. We can't drop. Ideally, we definitely can't lose the game, but ideally we can't be dropping points, really.
Do you know what I can see? Yeah, you're waving your finger like a madman.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way, right? We're 2 points behind Peterborough with a game in hand. Peterborough win today, we lose. That game in hand's gone now. So technically, we can only get above Hull. And if Hull don't drop points and we drop another point in these next 8 games, them 2 games in hand are going to be pointless. Them 2 games in hand are only important if we keep winning. If we keep losing and dropping points and drawing, them 2 games will be irrelevant when it comes to them.
But it's saying that, though, we have still got Hull to play, though.
It means we've got to go to Hull and win. If we don't win today, we have to go to Hull and win to get automatics. Otherwise, it's gone. That's the way I look at it.
I don't know if I would say it was
gone.
Well,
see, for me, no, I still think that people weren't saying this going into this game. So why is that changed based on 45 minutes? Why can't I'm not saying if we don't win today, it's not ideal. But again, I just think, why are we assuming that the other 2 are going to win every single one of their games? They're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, at least I don't think they are, but you never know.
That's the point.
I just think that they're grinding the results out.
You've got to have the mentality that them will win all their games, so you've got to win all their games. You can't play if they get beat and if they draw. They might not. You can't play that game. You've got to have your mindset that they're going to win every game from now to the end of the season. So that means we've got to win every game from now to the season, because you're just going on hope.
We have
hope
to win every game, but what's to say they're going to win every game, though?
Mike, I try to pause this argument just for one moment to say thank you to It's Bobby Carter, who's just donated £1.99. Massive thank you to you. Saying White should have put his foot through the ball. I guess he means maybe for the first goal, and get on that in just a second. But thank you, Bobby, for your £1.99 donation. The super chat, of course, is there for anyone who does want to use it. It will just go to help me out the channel. Chat for free on there. But anyway, lads, we're getting a little bit sidetracked on this, but I guess we can continue really. But personally, I still see it as, I know, Dean, you've got to have the mindset of other teams. You've got to have that mindset. Other teams are going to win every single game. But the fact of the matter is, they're both probably going to drop points before now until the end of the season. And that's when you've got to make sure that you pick up points and you get the better of them.
You don't know that. You don't. I mean, Peterborough are
but we don't know they're going to win every game either.
But you've got to go in the fact that you've got to have a mentality that they will win every game.
We can only control what we do, though, lads. You know what I mean? You can argue, they're going to be drop points here and there. At the end of the day, we're messing it up ourselves today by losing. So you can argue about Hull and Peterborough, but we can only control what we do. And unfortunately, today we probably don't deserve to be losing. But the bottom line is we are. So we've got a big second half ahead of us.
Yeah, Jack's got a highlight.
The only thing we can really do, and it's what Jack's saying really, is focus on our own game and make sure we pick up the maximum points a week and put ourselves with every single chance of getting there. And if Hull and Peterborough, whatever, they end up doing more than us and getting in there first, well, then so be it. But at least we've given it absolutely everything. Dean, I can see you wanting in again.
Yeah, under Phil Parkinson, if this was the score now at this stage, if Phil Parkinson was in charge right now, I'd have no hope in getting back into this game. But with Lee Johnson, I know he'll make changes. You'll have to make you'll change formation, make 4 or 5 subs in the first 45 minutes. I mean, I've got confidence in that we can pull this back because we've done it before. So I do have confidence we can still win the game, but we need to make changes. We need to get Guchoff, for me, he's been the weak link. Maybe get Denver Hume on to give us something different on the left. Maybe get Ross Stewart on. I know he's the top goal scorer, but has he been doing it? Has he been doing it for like the last 4 weeks?
I know what you mean. That segues very nicely into the next topic of conversation before the second half starts. But very quickly on the chat, Tom Wallace just said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. However, man, keep the faith. 3-1 Sunderland. Well, exactly. Look at Oxford last Friday on Good Friday. We 1-0 down and we end up pulling it back to win 3-1. But Jack, I'll go to yourself first in terms of changes and going into the second half. Have you got any that you would like to make? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, definitely Jones for Gooch. I think Gooch has grafted at the back, but I don't think he's done a lot going forward. He's lost the ball 3 or 4 times from just overcomplicating things, like I said. So when Jordan Jones is there, I'd definitely get him on. And then possibly you could look at either Stewart up front or Diamond on the other side. I mean, I'm not a huge Jack Diamond fan, but I just think sometimes he has the ability to get past a couple on the left hand side if he does, or even behind the striker. So he's an option as well. But the main one I'd do is Jones for Gooch straight away, and then I'll give it 10 or 15 minutes and see where we're at, maybe 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Jones would be a great option to come off the bench. We know how direct he is when he runs, and his quality on the ball, his end product, he's got everything, really. Obviously, Jack Diamond can be a decent runner as well at times. Ross Stewart, he's a physical presence. He's got a bit of pace up top. He's a bit different to White. I think he's a bit more of an outlet, potentially. Denver Hume, of course, is on the bench, as well as Conor McLaughlin, Grant Ledbetter, and Remy Matthews. Obviously, I can't really see him coming on. But Michael, to yourself now, out with those substitutes there, who would you like to see come on, or would you even maybe like to see a change of formation or something like that?
I think probably change to a 4-2-3-1. I'm only saying that to facilitate Jordan Jones coming in because, like I said, the coach has frustrated me, and I do feel horrible, like sort of going in on it every single time. But again, he needs to get it out of his head that he's not the Messi or Ronaldo of this league. He needs to his decision making. Come on, we're in our 3rd season in League One now. I know that he can say if his decision making was better, he wouldn't be here and all that. I know he'd be in the Championship, but to me, that's not the point. The point is that under the development that he's had recently, he should be able to know when to release a ball and when not to. Stuff like that happens occasionally with a lot of players. McGeady does it, Jones has done it, but Gooch does it far too often. He does it where he tries to take on 20 players when the situation's not necessary for it. And that's why I was getting frustrated towards the end of that first half. So Jones has got to come on. I'm trying to think who else is. I'd even be tempted to take McFadzean off and get Hume on, because I think McFadzean's actually not done that bad in the first half, but I think because we're now losing the game, we're going to need more of an attacking outlet in the second half, and I think Hume's going to offer that a lot more than McFadzean will.
Yeah, I mean, just for myself, I'll quite like to see us go to a 4-2-3-1, change it up a bit. I don't really think this formation's been working for us today, although we have had a few chances. I think 4-2-3-1's been working for us as of late. Whether you bring Conor McLaughlin right back, that's a different debate. I'll be fine for Power to stay at the moment, but I'll be looking to bring Guchoff as well myself. Go Jordan Jones, and you've got McGeady, O'Brien, and Jones as a 3 behind White. Even if you want to put Stewart on and go for someone who's maybe a bit more direct, a bit more physical, a bit more of an outlet, I just think that 3 behind the striker is our best option, really. And if Hume's ready to go, if he's raring, if he's fit, to me, I would have him in. I would have him as many minutes as I can. I understand that he's coming back from injury, he's been out for a while, so building someone's fitness back up isn't always as simple as it seems. But Jack, just quickly back to yourself first before you go. We've got 45 minutes remaining. How confident are you we can still turn this around?
But yeah, it's happened in the last twice, hasn't it? Peterborough went behind and we managed to get something out of the game, and Oxford last week went behind and come back to win. I think we just need to keep at it as we have done, and we've been unlucky. The keeper's pulled off a couple of good saves, and it's not like we're not getting the chances. We are in the game, and it's quite open as well. Charlton have given us a little bit of a chance. It's not like the park on the bus; they're coming out, but they are letting us in. There is space in behind, so I definitely think there's goals in it for us. Not sure whether or not we get 2, I don't know, but I definitely think there's a possibility we get something from the game.
Yes. Anyway, Jack, thanks as always for coming on at half time. But we'll see you for the review after, won't we?
Yeah, no worries. See you at the end of the game, lads.
Yeah,
sure,
right.
Jack.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
See you later, man.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, Luke Darby on the live chat has just said, game of two halves, keep the faith, lads. I've seen another one as well. There we go. James Ald saying, I agree with Mr. Bowers, the man of knowledge.
Thank you very much.
No, he's completely right. In my opinion, Kieran Gale saying we'll bring White off. I think that's a fair shout, in all honesty. I don't know if I would do it myself, but I couldn't blame anyone for wanting to do that, because I think, Dino, you're kind of touching it already, but he hasn't scored in a little while, and I think he's kind of back to his normal self. But if he doesn't really score, he doesn't really do anything. He works hard, but he doesn't. I feel as if with Stewart, he might not get a goal, but at the same time, he's got pace up front. He can be a physical presence. He'll win a lot more headers. He won't give as many fouls. It'll be a bit more of an outlet up top. So if you had to see it right now, Stewart coming on for White, Dino, would you do it?
Potentially, yeah. And I've just realised there, McGeady's playing against his former team. He went on loan, didn't he? I just realised he was out there last season in the Championship. But yeah, White, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Stewart and O'Brien to see if that would work, because I feel like Stewart, he's taller than White, probably more physical, and I think he's got better feet than White, dribbling wise. I mean, I just feel like White hasn't really been on it, and it might be good enough to just take him out the team just for 45 minutes, give him a little rest, and see what Stewart and O'Brien can do. But everyone says don't take off Charlie White because he just needs one chance, which is correct. But he's had the one chance and he didn't take it.
Yeah, exactly. Michael, to yourself, if we could bring on Stewart for White, would you do it?
I don't know. It's a good question to ask. I would say if White doesn't do anything in the next 5-10 minutes of the second half, then I would be tempted to do that. But I mean, at the end of the day, White has still had an incredible season, and as much as I'm still not his biggest fan, I do think if we give White the chances in the 6-yard box on this season's form, he probably will put them away. If he well, obviously we can get his clinical finishing back, but regardless, yeah, I don't know whether Johnson will do that. I don't know if we're going to make any changes. If we do, White's definitely not coming off, because I've seen him on the pitch at the start, just before the game kicks off again.
Yeah, exactly. So, second half looks as if it's about to get underway. We're going to go back to Michael for the commentary. And hopefully, Michael, you'll be commentating over a goal, won't you?
For us, Charlton have got one too many for me.
Oh, no, yes, I should have made that clear.
Yeah, because I'm superstitious. Yeah, okay, well, Charlton, he decides to switch.
Something else, Michael, isn't he, Dino?
Yeah, cheers, mate.
I'll have no comment there. Anyway, Charlton have kicked it off. So Charlton obviously decides to switch their attacking ends in the second half. Charlton left to right, Sunderland right to left. Charlton kicked it off, launched it forward, and 09 has just headed the ball back towards Lee Burge, who's got Dion Sanderson in front of him, who has received the ball. Max Powers to his right-hand side. Luke 09 obviously to his left. I actually think this is... I don't know whether we've changed it to a back four or not, but either way we'll find out as the game goes on. Ball went forwards. That has been comfortably cleared by Charlton. Josh Scowen, I think we've just conceded a needless free kick again. Carl Winchester's conceded it in the middle of the pitch. Any comments, Jack?
Oh, Brian Halliday saying, bring on some pace to run at them. I guess you could see Jack Diamond coming in. I think Jordan Jones would be the one for me. Boney's miniatures in Blackpool and Hull after the Wigan game. Andrew waiting. How are the lads indeed. Neil diluting. At least you've got a comfort of third place to experiment a little. In all honesty, I think playoffs is the last thing we all want. We don't want to go through that again, but we're back in play, Michael.
Ball gone forward. It's been cleared out of Sunderland's penalty area, but it's just trying to keep the ball in the air at the minute. And McFadden, I think, has just given away a free kick. No, he hasn't. But Charlton have just conceded a free kick, and Sunderland have got one on the left-hand side. And McGeady's complaining. I think it's Josh Scowen's complaining about something. I don't quite know what it is. Maybe for a potential foul on McFadden. Let's have a look at this again. Down the left-hand side, McFadden was trying to win the header, and it's not a free kick. That's not a card or anything for me. He's just fell over his man. Anyway, Luke 09 standing over the free kick. Sunderland 0, Charlton 1, annoyingly. Let's see if we can turn this around. Lee Burge is coming over to take the free kick, which he has taken. It's now launched into the right-hand side in Charlton's half, and now we've got the ball into midfield. Josh Scowen out wide towards Lyndon Gooch. It looks like there hasn't been any changes at the start of the second half. Lyndon Gooch gets across his man, puts the ball into the box. It's not exactly the greatest of crosses, and it's been dealt with by Charlton, who now could potentially get a break on themselves as they're attacking from the left-hand side towards our half. gone past the halfway line, still got the ball, retaining it on the left-hand side. Jaden Stockley is just sort of, I think he's trying to slow the pace of the game down, which you'd be surprised, actually, because Charlton could have done something there. Ball's launched forward again, and it's going to go straight into the arms of Lee Burge, who receives it, rolling it out towards Luke O'Nien in the centre-back position. Yeah, it looks like it's still going to be a 3 at the back. He's now passed it left-hand side towards Callum McFadzean. Looking to see if Aidan McGee's ahead of him. He's going to get the ball forward. He's got towards Aidan McGee, but I think he's in an offside position. No, he's deemed not to be. McGee puts the ball into the box, and it's just been cleared out for a Sunderland corner. I think it has. Anyway, no, it's not. It looks like it's a goal kick. But there's going to be a stoppage in play because one of the Charlton players is injured. So any comments while we're waiting?
Yeah, Steve M73 saying, my blood pressure can't take playoffs again. Yeah, completely agree, mate. Stephen McIntosh saying, we might have to play a Blackpool 4 times. Well, you never know if we do play them twice and then we end up in the playoffs, in which I still think we'll get top 2, but it's a possibility. It'd be like Portsmouth when we played Portsmouth in, final, the league, and then two times in the playoff semi-final, all in the space of a couple of months, really, wasn't it? Panther CS as well says, let's go Charlton. Well, let's not go Charlton, but welcome to the 3, and I hope you are enjoying. Very quickly, 260.
Well, let's go Charlton when they play Peterborough and Hull.
Well, that exactly, Michael. Just very quickly, 263 people watching, 158 likes. If you haven't already, please do press that thumbs up button. Give us a like. If you have the live chat up on your mobile device, you might need to close it first. If you haven't already as well, please do subscribe to the channel. We do this for every single game, as well as our Thursday and Sunday night live shows and other stuff going on the channel. But back to yourself, Michael, on commentary.
Okay, then. Throw in on the left-hand side. McFadzean's standing over it. We just got a delay. One of their players, number 8, I think it's Frosky, or whatever his name is. I'll probably just butcher it. Okay, that's it then. I didn't hear the name fully, so I'm going to end up butchering it again. I might just say number 8 anyway. Callum McFadzean just waiting to take the throw in, which he has done. That's to Josh Scowen, back to McFadzean, who's just given the ball away, back to Charlton. Luke O'Nien did try to intercept a loose ball, but hasn't quite managed to connect to it. But Sunderland now have the ball back. Dion Sanderson in the centre-half positions. Charlton are just getting a bit of a higher press on. Force us pass back to Lee Burge, back to Luke O'Nien. Just again in the centre-back position. Callum McFadzean's got the ball back to Luke O'Nien, who's going to pass it back towards Lee Burge, who's going to probably pass it towards Dion Sanderson, which he has done, amidst press from Jaden Stockley. Dion Sanderson with the ball now. Right, Carl Winchester, centre of the pitch, near the centre circle, switches it to the left-hand side. McFadzean's going to control this. He's managed to keep hold of it somehow. McGee's on the overlap. McGee's down the left-hand side. We're going to see a decent ball coming in the box, but he's getting marked fairly well here. Ball has been forwarded to McFadzean, who tried to connect to it, but is one Sunderland a corner. 50 minutes gone. Sunderland 0, Charlton 1, but Sunderland have a corner on the left-hand side. Any more comments?
Yeah, well, DJ Ert's been a bit of a dominator. Must be one of Dino's friends is saying we just need to accept the playoffs, lads. I don't agree with that, to be honest. Honestly, I think we can still kick on and get top 2 regardless of what happens today. David Quinn saying lose this and we get beat against Wigan. Simple as that. Well, again, I would disagree. And honestly, Tom Wallace saying next goal the winner. That one.
Corner from the left hand side, and it's just been headed out, and it's just been headed clear. Set pieces have been pretty poor today, I think. Sunderland, sorry, Jack. Sunderland have got the ball again. We're going to go back to McGeady on the left-hand side. He's going to try and take his man on. He's going to go past him. And he's going to try and put a cross in, but it's been blocked for a Sunderland throw-in. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, apparently Oxford are 5-0 up. Kyle Larkin saying if we lose this, we've got to win every game. If we lose this, we've definitely still got to beat Hull, but I think you can't really...
McGeady's put the ball forward and Max Powers crossed it into the box and again straight at the keeper. Go on, continue.
End of the game. Yeah, I was saying I don't think you really drop any points if you lose. If you lose now, you've got to go and win every single game, and that could be included in Hull. And that should see us to go up, but still.
Sorry, dogs are going in the background again. But anyway, we've got the ball again. Luke O'Nien left hand side. He's passed it towards Winchester, who's going to switch it across towards Max Powers on the right hand side. Has received the ball. We're going to try and get the ball forward here. Max Powers tried to get it to Lyndon Gooch, but he's been, I think he's being particularly well marked, and but Sunderland have managed to win a throw-in on our right-hand side. Of course, Charlton's left. So we've now got the ball back. Max Power back towards Dion Sanderson, who's going to switch it to Luke O'Nien. Now towards the left-hand side, Charlton's right of the pitch. Luke O'Nien's got all the ball. He's managed to get away from his man. Now it's back towards Max Power. There's not really much movement here. I think some people need to start taking responsibility a bit more. Ball's gone forward towards Aidan O'Brien, but he's trying to have a claim for a free kick. Do not give a free kick away. Charlton have managed to clear it, and it's now, and Charlton have now got it near towards the centre circle, and now they're switching it towards the left-hand side, but Sunderland have managed to win possession back, and we're going to keep all of it. McGeady's just done his nice little turn that he does. McGee's going to have a shot, but it's way over. Come on, lads. Decision-making needs to be a lot better than this. Anyway, anything else in the comments? Goal kick to Charlton, 52 minutes.
Well, very quick, I just want to say 272 people watching. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. Just hit that thumbs up button. If you are enjoying the stream, if everyone was to like the stream now, we would get at the very least 200 likes. So please hit the thumbs up button. Give us a like if you haven't already. You might have to close the live chat if you are watching on a mobile device. And subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the stream. We do this for every single game, as well as Thursday Night Live, the Sunday Bunch, and other stuff going on the channel as well. You won't miss a video if you do subscribe. But like I say, please give us a like. See if I can get 300 by the end of the stream. But 200 would still be absolutely great. But back to yourself, Michael.
Well, funny the way the ball's still gone back to Lee Burge, funny enough. Anyway, Luke O'Nine's got hold of the ball again. McFadson's to his left. He's going to try to... Yeah. Yeah, estimation's gone down for Luke O'Nine. Max Power's on the ball on the right-hand side.
Oh, Michael,
he's going to try and... Oh, nah. Max Power's on it. Charlton are pressing us quite well and forcing us to press backwards again. Who's wanting to take responsibility here? Luke O'Nine's got it. McFadden will be ahead of him. He's got the ball forward, but I think it's been deflected for a Sunderland throw. It possibly has been, but I might be wrong there. Although a Charlton player looks like he's walking towards the edge, walking towards the line. So it might end up being a Charlton throw. And there's a still of Lee Johnson. And there's Nigel Adkins just in the far corner of the picture. They've got the image of Jordan Jones, who has been warming up. In the meantime, we have, completely. I don't know how he hasn't come on already. Dion Sanderson's now got hold of the ball. Max Power ahead of him. He's passed his central towards Josh Scowen. Josh Scowen's on the ball. He's passed it towards Max Power on the right, just before Charlton's half. Back to Josh Scowen. Dion Sanderson's received it. He's probably going to pass it to... He's probably going to launch it forward. Haven't really got an excuse to say switch launch, have I? Launch ball forward. No. Charlie Wyke hasn't quite been able to win the header. There's some good pressing by Sunderland, though, who have won. I think that might actually... That's Josh Scowen. Scowen managed to press Charlton into conceding a free kick on the right-hand side. Dino, thoughts on the first 10 minutes of the second half so far?
Terrible. We haven't done anything. I mean, we're delivering the box is poor. He needs to change. For me, he needs to change it ASAP. I mean, we haven't done anything. I mean, if you want to win the game, you've got to create chances. You need to just drive forward, and we haven't really done that.
One thing Johnson always likes to do, he likes to give it 10, 15 minutes first. He tends to change it on the hour mark a lot of the time. Brian Halliday saying 61 minutes is the sub time. It tends to be around about then, but we've got to do it earlier today because I don't think it's working. I mean, I'm saying this, we could get a goal from this.
Anyway, ball's coming to the box, and Sunderland and Charlton again have managed to deal with it quite clearly. Again, it's the continuation. Decision making's been really, really poor in this game. Sunderland are going to get the throw in, and I think that's Luke O'Nine is throwing it back towards Lee Burge. Lee Burge has kicked it back. I think that that is to Luke O'Nine. Sometimes certain players tend to look a bit similar. Luke O'Nine's on the right hand side. He's going to get the ball forward. Is Charlie White going to get onto that? It looks like he might very well do. I think that's Charlie White on the right hand side. He tried to take the ball into the box with a shot from the edge of the area from McGeady, and it's just been over the bar. Shot from McGeady over the bar from the edge of the area.
Honestly, I would scrap this.
Well, I saw 2-0, so either Hull or Peterborough have extended their lead, one of the two, or possibly both of them.
I would scrap.
I would agree. I think we need to get Jordan Jones on now.
ASAP, make changes ASAP as soon as possible. Freshen up, changing up, go for a different dynamic, different system, and get ourselves back in this game. Because honestly, I'm not very confident with the current lineup. As Michael's dogs are still going out.
Yeah. Anyway, Charlton are going to have a break. Charlton going to have a break themselves. Charlton have got a shot just outside the area. They're going to go for it. No, Sunderland have blocked it fairly well, but I think there's been an offside given against Charlton. So it's 56 minutes gone. Sunderland 0, Charlton 1. Jack, what would you like? I think you touched on it a bit, but I'll ask you again. What would you do to try and turn this around?
Well, I would absolutely change it up now. Johnson does like to give it about 15 minutes only before he changes. I mean, it's been about 11 and a half now since the team came out after the break. We've got to change things. Just change up a bit. Like bring Jones on, someone who's just got that quality on the ball and that decisive end product. You know, that's what we're lacking of a bit today. We've had a couple of chances. I think if we had Jones on the pitch, someone who does tend to do well with creating and scoring chances, or have Jones on. Other changes as well. I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing someone like Hume come on as well. Just something a bit left field, you know, just a bit different. Change it up.
Yeah.
Johnson, it's been long enough
since
we came up.
Sorry, McFadzean's got the ball. McFadzean's got the ball right left-hand side, and it doesn't look like he's won Sunderland a free kick. Sunderland have got the ball in the penalty area, but Charlie White's just been forced back outside it. Josh Scowen's on the left-hand side. We're going to get a ball in the box. Doesn't look like it. To be fair, Charlton have defended very well second half, but we've made it a bit too easy for them to defend it. There's Ian McGeady. He's put a ball through. Oh, goodness me.
That was...
what a tackle.
Basically, Ian McGeady tried to through ball towards Callum McFadzean on the left-hand side, and I think it looks like it was a good tackle because Charlton's players are congratulating number 23, I think. So it must have been a very good tackle.
It was.
Again, though, decision-making has been awful from Sunderland. We need to improve massively.
He did really well to nip in there, number 22, because I think McFadzean, they're just getting the replay now. McFadzean could have put a very dangerous ball across the box. That number 22 was a vital, just little touch to put it away from McFadzean. It very well defended, in all honesty. Got to give him credit.
Fair enough. Anyway, Sunderland have conceded a throw-in. It's either a throw-in or a free kick, but I think it looks like a throw-in. And someone's down. Someone's gone down. I think that might be Josh Scowen. I could be wrong. Can't quite tell who it is from here anyway. But anyway.
Hull
2-0, typical. Anyway, yep, just seen it on the screen there. So anyway, regardless, what subs would you guys bring on? Would you both change the formation? And who would you get on to facilitate it?
Yeah, I mean, what I said at half-time, 4-2-3-1, bring Jones on the right-hand side of the three. That will be my initial change. If you then want to put power into midfield and put Conor McLaughlin at right back, that's what we are. I wouldn't mind that either. I don't have a particularly strong opinion either way, but me, 4-2-3-1, Jones on the right side of the three, get good off. That's my only change I would definitely say.
Charlton attacking down the left-hand side. They could put a ball in the box. It doesn't look like it. They're going to put a cross into the box. And, unlucky, nearly. It was nearly 2-0 Charlton. Lads, we need this is not good enough. We managed to clear it out for a throw-in. Don't know where the response has been, but we're not seeing it so far. Charlton should be 2-0 up there. Cross on the left-hand side. Ball came in towards the box. Jaden Stockley was completely unmarked in the penalty area, headed it off the post, and the number 11, I think it's a number 11, somehow didn't manage to make something of it. And it looks like there's a stop in play, so it looks like we're going to be making some changes, which is about overdue, I think. Anyway, I think Jack's going to be taking over any minute because it's near the hour mark, but there's four subs. Here we go, 4 subs. Aidan O'Brien's coming off, Conor Button's coming on. We have Jordan Jones coming off. Sorry, Jordan Jones replacing Carl Winchester. Ross Stewart and Denver Hume are the last two. So I don't quite know who they're replacing yet. We will find out momentarily.
Is that 4 substitutions?
Waiting for the substitutions ball to go. Yes, that's 4 substitutions. Just waiting for it. I think it's going to be on the taking this one. Anyway, I'll tell Jack who can take over from us.
Well, I think Dino wants to do the middle 15, don't you?
Yeah, I like to do the middle 15 as Jack knows. Jack knows I like to do the middle 15. Anyway, Matthews, excellent player Matthews with the throw-in, throws it to Stocky, who heads it into the box. A shot. He's got a shot here, Lee Bertie scored. It's 2-0. This happened again when I took over company. We conceded straight away, and that's unbelievable. And it's a goal. I don't know. I think that's Kasky, I believe. No, it's not Kasky, but it's 2-0 to Gilby.
See, like, we've waited 15 minutes to bring these substitutions on, and in the process of doing so, we've brought 2 on. We've just got to bring another 2 on. We've actually conceded. We've left it that long that Charlton have now got a second, and now our task is just as doubly as hard. Unless these substitutions can really, really change the game, completely flip it on its head, are we going to get back in this game? Probably not.
Gooch again. Gooch lost his marker. Gooch was on Gilby, and Gooch just let him run past him. And Gooch is now off the pitch. Thank God.
15 minutes too late.
I'm sorry, lads, but forget out automatics. I'm saying it now. Forget about it.
I still think that it's a bit harsh. I still think there's plenty of time to turn around the season, especially against Hull. If we don't pick up any points, I look at it this way, right, Jack? If we can't beat Charlton, what hell have we got to hope of beating Hull? Well, we've gotten beat to Shrewsbury and Wigan this season, but then we beat Doncaster 4-1. Like,
But,
you know what I mean?
but we're playing crap, man. I mean, this is just my
But,
opinion,
Dino,
mind.
Dino,
I mean,
Dino,
this
Dino,
is
Dino,
my
Dino.
opinion, though.
You say that we're playing badly, right? But in the first half, we should have been turning up.
But we're not. It's good enough saying we should have been. We're not.
I know. But you're going about the performance and we're playing badly. But I think we started off quite well.
Second half, I think
But-
have been.
It's just been like, I mean, it came from a throw-in, man. Away, man.
Neil
Gilby took a shot, mishit it, and it still fell to him. And then he puts it between the keeper's legs. Anyway, Denver Hume on the left side goes past two players, tries to knock it forward to Stuart, but it's cleared. It only falls Luke O'Nien, who heads it to Scowen, who gives it back to Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien now in his own half gives it in the centre to Max Power. Looks like Max Power might have been transferred into centre midfield now. Max Power looking for a pass. There's just no movement in front of me. He gives it out the right to, I think that's Jordan Jones, who flicks it inside. I don't know. That's Conor McLaughlin. I don't know who that is, to be fair. God's sake. Anyway, Dion Sanderson has the ball. Gives it to Max Power on the right side on the touchline. Max Power back to Dion Sanderson now, who will give it to all the way back to Lee Bird. 63 minutes gone here, and it's Charlton 2, Sunderland 0. Luke O'Nien plays the ball forward. Josh Scowen now under pressure. He knocks it back to Luke O'Nien, who plays the ball forward to Ross Stewart, who gives it to McGeady now. Hume on the overlap, but McGeady's given him a horrible ball to chase. But Innes has knocked it out for a Sunderland throw in on the left side. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, well, Kyle Larkin said I'm going with Dino. Definitely need to get ready for another playoffs. David Spencer saying awful guys. Playoff looms. Neil Dulge saying, Jack, it's because you're wearing away colours. Don't blame this on me. Andrew Wade saying, keep the faith. David Spencer saying, poor. Sorry, guys. H13, is anyone here a flat earther? I don't know. Maybe someone is H13. If you are, drop it in the comments. Why not? David Spencer saying, game over. And Andrew Wade saying, Dino, you are cursed, apparently.
I know. It happened twice. As soon as I took over, they scored twice. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, Ross Stewart's fouled their defender Innes, and it's a free kick to Charlton in their own half. And it looks like they're going to make a substitution. I think they are going to make a substitution. It looks like Miller is coming on, but I don't know who for at the minute.
I'm still irritated at those substitutions, mate. We've left it too late. Like we left it at the point where we've actually went and scored literally as soon as we've done it. If we'd done this ages ago, maybe we'd be looking at something different now. But
I mean, now I'd take a draw. Take a draw, but it's just terrible, man. I mean, I'm sure Gooch was at fault for both goals where he lost his marker. He lost Gilby. He was on Gilby and he lost him. Let him run past him. He took a swipe, miskicked it, and somehow he had two shots in the box. I mean, it was terrible defending.
Yeah,
let's be fair. It came from a throw-in as well. I mean, a throw-in. Come on, man. It's a throw-in. Terrible. And I think you're looking at it very like we're conceded straight from the substitutions. Yeah, I do agree where the substitution should have been made earlier, but I'm not going to blame that goal on the subs.
No, but it's one of them where if we had made them 5-10 minutes earlier, which I think in my opinion would have been the right thing to do, even make them at half time, things could have just went very differently.
You don't let them extend their lead though, regardless. You've given them a big lead to hang on to now when we shouldn't have done
Liam Miller?
Right.
That's not the Liam Miller who used to play for us, is it?
That's where he passed away.
If it is,
is that the one who passed away? Did he pass away? I know someone passed away, but I didn't know if it was Liam Miller.
I think it rings a bell. I think it might be Liam Miller. Well, a different
KLD on the chat has just said one bad result and everyone is negative. Keep the faith. I mean, that's my thinking. There's still
that's
plenty
exactly
games
my
left.
point. Yeah,
7 games left. One of which is actually a 6-pointer. There's plenty of points to play for. I still absolutely get in the top 2.
Anyway, hashtag Ask Danny's come up. I'm going to ask him, can we get promoted for automatically?
That's not a question, Mandino.
I know it's not a question, but that's the question I'm going to ask him. And Sunderland's give away, I believe, a throw-in because somebody can't play a simple ball across field. I mean, come on, man. This is the levels we're singing to, man.
We're singing
But, yeah, I mean, we can't even pass the ball at the minute. It's ridiculous. 66 and a half minutes gone. Charlton 2, Sunderland 0. It's a throw in on the left side, which is going to be taken by Purrington. Throws it inside to, I believe that is, I couldn't even tell you who that is. Anyway, it's with Pias. Pias goes long down the left side looking for Stockley, who wins the header. It's now with Jay, but it's tackled by Scowen. Scowen, I can't really tell who these players are on the left-hand side, but they're coming down the left side now. Whips the ball into the box. John Sison hacks at it and knocks out for a corner to Charlton. Comments, mate?
Yeah, a few people saying that people have every right to be negative, which I guess so. JS2000 saying, of course, we're negative. The standard of League One is dire. The teams who go up always come back down. Lee Hall saying, some people are saying, why are we negative? What do you expect? We're playing at home in a must-win game. Both the top two winning. Hard not to be negative. Yeah, I think people have definitely a right to be disappointed, but I wouldn't write off top two yet, is all I was saying.
Corner out in. Innes wins the header. It's bounced in the middle. Pias has a shot. It's well wide, and it's a goal kick to Sunderland.
And apparently, this Liam Miller is a Canadian player. He's played for their national team on loan from Liverpool, funnily enough.
Oh, is that young Liam Miller who plays for Liverpool? I didn't know if it...
yeah, that one that you're going to pretend that you knew existed. Yeah.
Yeah, on Football Manager, mate, he is. He's like the best player that on Football Manager. Anyway, it's with Ross Stewart now, who heads it to Charlie White on the right side of the box, who knocks it back to Jordan Jones, who whips the ball in. It's cleared away by Pias, and it's a Sunderland corner on the left side, which McGeady will take. But yeah, Michael, thoughts, mate?
No one's taking responsibility. Who wants it? No one's wanting it at the minute.
McGeady plays the ball short to, I believe that is Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones whips the ball in, cleared away by Charlton. Only as far as the back post to Stewart, who whips the ball back across and went past everybody and is cleared by Charlton to the halfway line with Denver Hume, who knocks it all the way back to Lee Burge. 68, nearly 69 minutes gone here. I believe this is Max Power on the ball in his own half, who gives it out to the right to Josh Scowen. Josh Scowen now to Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin plays the ball forward to Josh Scowen down the right side now. He's whipped the ball in straight at Ben Amos's hands. I mean, the delivery's been poor. Everything's been poor, apart from the chances we've created where we should have scored. I mean, it's just very disappointing, to be fair. Ben Amos now with the ball. Goes long.
I think the second half so far, we've not been anywhere near. I mean, we weren't brilliant the first half, but the performance overall has significantly dropped off, in my opinion, as well.
Oh, look, O'Nine's giving the ball away to Jay. Jay knocks it in centre to Gilby, who has a shot. Good save by Lee Burge, who only knocks it out. I believe that is Liam Miller. Miller knocks it into Stockley, who brings the ball down, but cleared by Max Power. But Purrington will bring the ball down. He's on the left side, and he knocks it back to the halfway line to Pias, who skips past the player, but he's fouled by Ross Stewart, is he? The referee seems, yes, it is. He didn't give advantage, and Pias has won a free kick. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, I've quickly have a look now. DJ Ertzin, more strength in the squad needed. Neil Dulge saying Lincoln losing every week, which was in response to Philip Braun. So Charlton have to make up a 6-goal difference on Lincoln just to pick fifth, apparently. C. Minton saying, didn't Michael Bowers predict a 3-0 loss? I'll tell you what, I bet Philly is saying he's predicted Charlton to win 2-0. David Spencer, we've got to beat Wigan now. We've got to beat every game. We've got to win every game really now. No real excuses if we get beat today.
Anyway, ball was played in the box. Darren Prattley tried to get the head on it. And he's headed out for a throw-in to Sunderland near the corner flag. Denver Hume will take 70 minutes gone. Denver Hume will go long down the line. But it goes to a Charlton player who knocks it forward. Luke O'Neill is under that and knocks it forward. Ross Stewart flicks it down to Charlie White. Charlie White now breaks away, gives it to the right to, I believe that is Jordan Jones, cuts inside. Jordan Jones looking for options now. There's not much movement in front of me. Coming infield, gives it to Luke O'Neill now, who's very much in their half, gives it to Denver Hume. Denver Hume now goes past one player. Jordan Jones now on the left side of the pitch, gives it inside to, I believe that is Max Power, who knocks it back out to Luke O'Neill, who gives it to Denver Hume, who gives it back to Power. Power will lock it towards the back post where Ross Stewart wins the header, but Purrington will come out with it and knock the ball down the line. And it's a throw into Sunderland. Comments, Jack?
Yeah, Steve Royal saying Philly joked on Thursday that Michael predicted a 3-0 defeat. It looks as if the joke's backfired. But we want to say a massive thank you to Hugo, who's donated €5. Thank you for the donation, Hugo. And he's just said, cheer up, lads. Thank you for the donation, Hugo. But I would cheer up if I could, but we're 2-0 down in a must-win game with not many games left of the season. And there's potential that we might slip down into the playoffs again. Finish in the playoffs rather. But thank you for your donation anyway, Hugo. That'll really go to helping us out with the channel.
Anyway, ball with Sunderland now. Dion Sanderson, who will look like he's going to go knock it back to Lee Burge, but he gives it back to Conor McLaughlin on the right touchline, who goes past Matteson, who plays the ball down the line looking for Jordan Jones, but it's won by a Charlton player who knocks it out for a throw into Sunderland, which will be taken by, I believe that is Conor McLaughlin. 72 and a half minutes gone, and Charlton are making another substitution. Number 2, Gunter is coming on for number 7, who is Jay. And I haven't been able to pronounce his name properly. His real name is J.S. Imi, I think. I think so. So Jay's coming off, and Gunter's coming on. And I believe Gunter's a defender, so it looks like Charlton are just going to shut up shop, yeah. So it looks like they're just going to see the game out.
You can't blame them with like 17 minutes to go, just trying to stay out the 2-0 lead.
I'm a bit disappointed. Anyway, Conor McLaughlin with a throw in. He throws it back to Dion Sanderson, who plays it across to Luke O'Nien in the centre circle, who gives the ball away almost, but wins the ball back and gives it to Denver Hume. Denver Hume skips between 2 players and then is tackled, but its referee is given an advantage. Scowen gives it to Max Power now, coming towards the box, chips it towards the back post to Stewart, who doesn't win the header. Max Power will have a shot, but it's well wide. 73 and a half minutes gone. Charlton 2, Sunderland 0. Comments, Jack?
Well, DJ Earth has just said he's not hugely bothered if we stay in this division. Personally, thinks it's needed a major overhaul. I'm absolutely sick of this division now. I want to stick out of it as soon as we can. And if that's this season, then absolutely brilliant. CP17, yeah, hopefully you get out this year. But if not, we should be definitely out next year with the new owner. I think we've said that for a few seasons in a row, really. Jack Foster saying if we don't get promoted this season, we'll be a mid-table League One side for the next 20 years. Maybe not 20, but it's one of them things where if you don't get promoted early, you can just slip into that trap of just being an average side in the division.
Anyway, Ben Amos with a long goal kick downfield. Luke O'Nien's underneath and heads it forward to Josh Scowen, who heads it back to Denver Hume, who heads it all the way back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge now rolls it forward to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson now runs forward with the ball and plays it to Conor McLaughlin on the right touchline. Comes infield. You're looking for. There's no movement in front of him. It's terrible to watch. This.
No one even wants the ball, man.
It's terrible. Anyway, backs Power now in his own half. Looking for a pass, and there's still no movement, and he plays it back to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson over to Luke O'Nien now. Luke O'Nien plays the ball forward to Jordan Jones, who looks like he's on the left side, but he is fouled and a free kick is given to Sunderland, and I will pass you over to Jack Dodds, who will have the last 15 minutes.
Oh, let's crack on with this then. 15 minutes to go. How well, lads, what we can do is as Luke O'Nien takes a short free kick very quickly over to Max Power. Now it finds Jordan Jones on the left-hand side, who slips into Ross Stewart. Stewart switches the play over towards the touchline out on the right. Conor McLaughlin swings in with his right foot and misses everyone, but Gunter flicks it on for a Sunderland corner. Just very quickly, 286 people watching, 143 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. See if we can get 300 by the end of the stream. If not, 200 will be absolutely fantastic. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't as well. We do this for every single game, as well as Thursday Night Live and the Sunday bunch and other stuff going on. But Sunderland took the corner short. I think it was Jordan Jones fired it in, took a deflection, and Amos was able to keep it. A prime example of why short corners aren't for me. And Amos now kicks it long, flicked on by Charlton striker, taken down by Luke O'Nien. O'Nien knocks it over to Conor McLaughlin at right back. Conor McLaughlin feeds it into Aidan McGeady. Left-footed ball, looks for the run of Charlie White. Charlie White, can he get the ball? He gets there. Amos has blocked it. Falls to Ross Stewart. Saved by Amos again. Now it falls to Scowen, who's headed from the edge of the box, and Sunderland!
Get him!
Josh Scowen with the flying header. An unusual goal to see at the very least. I think that's Josh Scowen's second goal in the red and white shirt, I want to say. saved by Ben Amos. It kind of fell to Scowen at the edge of the box. Kind of a diving header, really, into the open goal. Dino, can we do it now with 13 and a half minutes remaining?
We've done it before. But we had Chris Maguire on the pitch with two. Well, we had two worldies, didn't we? Yeah, there's 15 minutes left. We can nick a draw. We need to get a point. I know we needed a win, but a point is still something. We can't go home with nothing. We need that second goal.
I'll come to you in just a moment to go through that goal, but Charlton on the attack down the right-hand side. Crucial that we don't concede the goal. Denver Hume wins the header, finds Jordan Jones. Now Aidan McGeady is in the centre. Max Power picks up the ball, spreads it over to Conor McLaughlin at right back. Sunderland now got a bit more energy and intensity about them, looking to get that equaliser to rescue a point. Aidan McGeady over to Conor McLaughlin, just in from the touchline, back to Max Power. Still over on the right-hand side. Power back over to Conor McLaughlin, just ahead of him. Left-footed cross into the box, headed away. And then flicked on again by another blue shirt. Josh Scowen takes it down, spreads it over to Denver Hume at left back. Hume looks to put a cross into the box, headed away. Only as far as Josh Scowen, who takes it down again. The goal scorer for Sunderland, who's just scored Sunderland's first half the deficit. Aidan McGeady has the ball now, spreads it over to Conor McLaughlin at right back. McLaughlin feeds it into McGeady, who finds himself out on the right-hand side. McGeady turns left-footed cross into the box, looking for Ross Stewart. Ball forced out to Jordan Jones. Jones, now it finds Josh Scowen, back to Jordan Jones. Hugh makes a run. Jones looks to cross it in. It's took a deflection. Scowen does well, headed into the path of Power. Power doesn't quite pick it up, and number 27 comes away with it for Charlton. Cleared away by Purrington, I think that is. Flicked on by Charlton's number 9 up top. 9 challenging him now. Power sticks his head in there. Then number 8 picks the ball up. Charlton got the ball out on their left-hand side. Nice little passing, but it goes out for a Charlton throw in. I thought that was a Sunderland throw in at first, but referee has given it to a Charlton throw in. Michael, just on that goal, that was an unusual finish, wasn't it?
It was, but I don't want that to be the only goal we score, obviously. We've got one. Now go and get at least a point.
Yeah, 79 minutes, 52 seconds have been played at the Stadium United. It's Sunderland 1, Charlton 0. As the ball now goes out for a Sunderland throw-in inside our own half. Just very quickly, 299 people watching. How many likes? I'll just refresh that very quickly. 151 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. Just hit that thumbs up icon. You might need to close the live chat if you're watching it on a mobile device. Let's see if we can get a 200. We'd like to get to 300 by the end of the stream, but 200 is still absolutely brilliant. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we do this for every game as well as the Thursday Night Live and the Sunday Punch and other stuff going on the channel. Anyway, Charlton's keep has cleared the ball. It's out for a Sunderland throwing out on the left-hand side, this time in Charlton's half. Sunderland trying to get the ball back in play desperately. I think that's Jimmy McAllister sprinting and got a ball thrown to Denver Hume. Hume ready to take this throw in now for Sunderland. Glad to see Hume back in this side. Back to into Scowen, back to Denver Hume. Knocks it back to Luke 09. Now it finds Dion Sanderson over to Conor McLaughlin. Do you know if we get an equaliser, will we see the disco lights come on?
Yeah.
Sunderland, you need no more encouragement as Conor McLaughlin switched it over to Jordan Jones, who tried to feed into Power, but unfortunately Charlton come away with the ball. Charlie White intervenes.
Well, Mike.
It is out for a Charlton throw in, I believe. I'll just double check in a second. Kyle Lockwood on the chat has just said 300 people watching. Let's get a 200 likes. Yeah, if every single person was to hit the thumbs up now and get 300 likes, but if not, 200 would be absolutely brilliant. Another look at that goal. Yeah, anyway, Charlton now coming up our left-hand side. Bit of head tennis. Stewart flicks it on to Charlie White. White couldn't quite take it down, and Charlton come away with the ball. Hume, someone... Stephen Reid saying in the right net, yes, this time, yeah. As Jordan Jones turns his man very well, looks to cross it in, it's blocked. Stewart will go for the header, tries to take it down inside the box, feeds it over towards Max Power on the right-hand side. Now it finds Aidan McGeady, still on the right. McGeady, left-footed cross into the box, punched away by Ben Amos, has had a good game today. Jordan Jones takes it down on the left-hand side. Our number 27 has just come off the bench. Denver Hume crosses in, headed away. Only as far as Josh Scowen, who takes it down, trying to get another Sunderland attack moving. Scowen into Power. Power over to Conor McLaughlin on the right-hand side. Is getting quite far up the pitch. Very well thrown the ball through into Power, who drills it across, flicked away by a Charlton defender. Conor McLaughlin retrieves the ball and finds Josh Scowen. Now it's with Aidan McGeady. got a bit of a free roam again, as he tends to do sometimes, out wide to Denver Hume, infield just to Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones, what's he going to do? I thought he was going to hit it. Scowen nicks it off his man, looked to volley it, and in typical Josh Scowen, smashed it over the bar. In typical Josh Scowen fashion, I should say, smashed it over the bar. 81 minutes and 40 seconds of being played here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 1, Charlton 2. Charlton went 2-0 up. It was Josh Scowen actually scored Charlton's first goal, an own goal.
He's on a hat-trick, didn't he?
Well, yes, exactly. But then he was able to half the deficit, getting a header just from outside the box after a save by Ben Amos. Can Sunderland use the last 8 minutes to get themselves back level? Corner, goal kick goes up, chested down. Ball only finds Lee Burge inside his own box. Brian Halliday on the chat has just said, bit of magic required. Yeah, absolutely, definitely is. Dion Sanderson has the ball now. He spreads it out wide to Conor McLaughlin just over the halfway line. McLaughlin back to Dion Sanderson, right of the three centre-backs today. Switches it now, looking for Ross Stewart if he can find him. Stewart flicks it on to Jordan Jones.
Come on.
Jones does well to retrieve the ball, knocks it back to Denver Hume. Can Hume put a cross in, which he does, but it was caught easily by Ben Amos there. Ben Amos has had a good game at D. He's made some important saves, but that one wasn't very difficult. Jack Ludlow's joined us in the chat and he said, hashtag Ask Danny. Yes, our favourite hashtag. But anyway, Ben Amos now still with the ball in his hand. Charlton in absolutely no rush to get themselves moving up the field. Ben Amos now drops the ball and smashes it forward. His right foot looking for their number 909, gets a flick on it, and the ball finds Denver Hume out on the left-hand side. Back to Lee Burge in goal. Burge smashes it forward, looking for the head of Ross Stewart. It's a Charlton win. Scowen wins the second ball, looks forward to Charlie White. Stewart picks it up. Now it finds Charlie White again, flicked into the path of Stewart, but just behind him. That is agonising. As anyway, Sunderland retrieve the ball. It's still not over. Denver Hume just inside our own half, knocks it back to Luke O'Nien. Now it finds Dion Sanderson in the centre circle, spreads it over to Conor McLaughlin, very far forward up the right-hand side, looks to Aidan McGee. He couldn't quite find him. Now Charlton come at us through the middle, picked up by their number 8 in the centre, taken down well. Luke O'Nien, good tackle out for a Charlton through in. Just very quickly, 321 people watching, 172 likes. If you haven't already, please do press that thumbs up. See if we can get 200 likes by the end of the stream. We normally get 300, but 200 would be absolutely fantastic. If you are watching on a mobile device, you might need to close your live chat first before you do. So please give us a like if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. We are closing in on 6,000 subscribers. It'd be great if we could get there by the end of the season. Charlton takes the throw in, goes up the line, flicked on by another blue shirt. Only as far as the Sunderland throw in, however. Which will be taken, it looks, by Max Power, I believe. Oh, sorry, free kick rather. Plays it just forward to Dion Sanderson. Sanderson plays it forward, his right foot headed away by Charlton. Now Scowen finds Stewart, who's able to take it down and feed it into Aidan McGee. Plenty of red and white shirts getting for McGee. Dinks it into the box. White's header flicked only towards a blue shirt. And Denver Hume was able to close down Gunter, who tried to clear it. But it is only out for a goal kick. Dino, are you laughing at something?
I think I heard Michael do a little swear word there.
Oh, Michael, come on, we're live on air.
I'm positive I heard him say the F word.
Yes, I do. Even when we time waste, I can't stand it. I know why Charlton do it, but it really annoys me.
Yeah, it's just one of the things, isn't it? Anyway. Ben Amos due to take this goal kick for Charlton. The ball is placed on the edge of the 6-yard box. Ben Amos takes it with his full orange kit on, headed forward now by, I think that was Conor McLaughlin. Dion Sanderson, who's a bit scrappy now, going, I would say it's head tennis, but it's not really, it's just tennis. Left-footed ball goes forward now by Charlton's defender. Conor McLaughlin wins the header. Only into the midfield, and no Sunderland players challenging the blue shirt who was able to get to the ball, but it does find Lee Burge now, throws it into Luke O'Nien, Chris Knights in Naughty Mickey. Hume back to Luke O'Nien. Oh, where's Sunderland, man? Back to Denver Hume, over to Luke O'Nien. Yeah. Over to Dion Sanderson at right centre-back. Sanderson crosses the field, looking for the head of Ross Stewart, who flicks it on. Max Power picks the ball up out on the left-hand side. Back to Jordan Jones out on the left-hand side, crosses it in. Heavy cross.
You on there, man.
Well, Dino, there wasn't even there, but I don't think it was a particularly accurate cross. I think it was too high trying to get onto even if they were in the box, really. And Ben Amos will take his time to take this goal kick for Charlton. Frustrating enough for us, but that's what you do.
Amos, hurry up and take it.
Well, there you go. There's Michael's thought time. Minutes remain here at the Stadium of Light. 86 minutes.
I've said it a couple of times. Even when we do it, I can't time wasting. The sooner refs do something about this, the better.
86 minutes, 40 seconds played at the Stadium of Light. Can Sunderland get the second as a goal kick goes forward? Sanderson heads it into Josh Scowen, who heads it down to Denver Hume. A left-footed ball goes up the field, looking for Ross Stewart, who went down very easily in my eyes. They was looking for a free kick, but Jordan Jones heads it forward. Charlton will only take the ball down and play it forward. Dion Sanderson takes the ball down now, finds Luke O'Nien, his sentinel defensive partner. O'Nien, left-footed ball over towards the right-hand side. Ian McGeady picks up the ball inside the box, and after two Charlton players went up for it, and only one of them was able to flick it on. Power, back into Power.
Pass.
Charlton got there first, and Charlton come out us down there, left-hand side. Scowen, good foot in there from Scowen, well won. He did well to stop the attack, but also keep the ball for us. Scowen knocks it back to Conor McLaughlin. Over to Dion Sanderson, who looks to be more like a midfielder at the moment. Now it's with Jordan Jones. Jones into Max Power. Dion Sanderson very far forward now with Sunderland's number 16. Now it finds Ian McGeady. Sanderson making a run into the box. There's a few other names in there. Scowen, White and Stewart. McGeady making his way into the box now with the ball. Left-footed ball towards the goal. Cleared away only again. Conor McLaughlin picks the ball up now. Happened a few times now. Just bought the box, gets cleared. Max Power driving forward. Look for the runner. Ross Stewart inside the box. Stewart is able to get there before it goes out. Out for a Sunderland corner. Lads, I would ask you for your thoughts, but I would imagine it's the same. Just hope we can get another goal, really. Dino, anything to say?
We're literally piling the pressure on. It's like we're going to score, but I don't know if the looks we've got at the minute. Like,
Yeah, Steve M73 saying he plays better when Dino calls him Rod Stewart, so maybe I should start doing that. It's Ben Amos catches that corner. That corner far too close to the keeper. No Sunderland players challenging, but you can't blame the players in the box. The corner itself wasn't. It's too close to goal. Ben Amos is able to pick it up, and he will take his time. He will do, of course, he will. But you know, if you were the keeper in that situation, of course you would. DJ Earthson, Stewart, another striker, not good enough apparently. Caught him anyway. As Ben Amos kicks it forward now. Luke O'Nien is able to get a touch on it. Denver Hume smashes it forward with his left foot, only out for a Charlton throw in. And again, they'll take the time to take the throw in. But that's what happens when you put the ball out for a throw in or a goal kick. They will take the time. They're in the right back area now. Adam Matthews, of course, the ex-Sunderland player. I think he's the Welsh international as well. Ready to take this throw in, which he does. He throws it up the line. Flicked on. Luke O'Nien takes it down with his chest and switches it now to Conor McLaughlin with a left-footed pass. Conor McLaughlin takes it forward. Out on the right-hand side. Can Sunderland get an equaliser? Goes forward, headed away by the blue shirt. Charlton coming at us now. Scowen trying to intervene, but he isn't able to this time. Charlton still coming at us down the left-hand side. Conor McLaughlin's trying to track back. It's fed into their number 8, I think it is, who gets his shot and eventually blocked twice. Power finds the ball. Come on, Power. Get forward. How is Sunderland? Power driving the red and white forward. He's got Denver Hume making a run out on the left-hand side. He feeds it into Aidan McGeady on the right. McGeady coming in field now. He's rode a couple of tackles, but he's lost the ball eventually. Power now takes it. Well, I was going to say takes it down. He lobs it towards the box. Headed away down to Charlie White on the edge. White didn't fancy the shot. He plays it into Aidan McGeady. McGeady right footed across into the box, looking for the head of Ross Stewart. Caught by again. Will take his time. 5 minutes have just been added on at the Stadium Light. Sunderland. Well, 24 seconds have already been played of the 5 minutes. So Sunderland have 4.5 minutes left. If they are to get an equaliser, Ben Amos now bouncing the ball in the box, looking to take this one along. He does do. Goes towards our left-hand side there. Right flick on, only as far as another Sunderland throw in. Oh, wait, lads. On our left-hand side now, who's going to take the throw in? Luke O'Nien knocks it back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge over to Dion Sanderson, who takes the ball over the edge of the box, drives it forward now, but doesn't drive it really. He's taking his time. Knocks it forward, looking for Ross Stewart, who we couldn't quite find. Gunter takes it down for the Ajax, passes it infield, and now here come Charlton. through the middle of the park there, number 11. Again, it's similar to how they got the first goal. There's not really anyone closing them down. Although there aren't a lot of red and white shirts, back aren't a lot of blue shirts forward, really, for Charlton. They're, not taking any risks. Clearly not wanting to go overboard. As the ball goes forward down our right-hand side, Sanderson comfortably takes that one down and finds Max Power in the middle. Power knocks it forward, looking for Charlie Wyke. Wyke takes it down on the right-hand side, only as far as Purrington. Purrington now with the ball. Wyke gets a foot in, but it'll only go out for a goal kick to Charlton. 91 minutes, 48 seconds played. 5 minutes were added on. That's going to be soon only be 3 left. Michael, can we get a goal in the remaining 3 minutes? Give me some hope.
Depends how much of these 3 minutes is going to be played. As in played on.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand why people time waste. It just doesn't mean you can't get frustrated by it. But the way this going, nah.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really had. I mean, Stewart had his header, I guess, but have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult now. That 2.5 minutes remaining, and Charlton are using every opportunity to run the clock down. Flicked on now by Charlton's forward, taken down out on their right-hand side. Ball goes forward. I've got no idea what's going on in the Michael Bowers house as Scowen takes it down. Sanderson, left-footed clearance, only out for Charlton, throwing it again. We keep putting the ball out, and Charlton are going to keep using this opportunity to waste time. Anyway, Michael's dropped out, unfortunately. Brian Halliday saying Brian Clough said it only takes 30 seconds to get a goal, but hurry, SAFC. Hopefully Michael's back with us now. Anyways, then number 16 looks to take this throw-in out on the right-hand side. Goes forward now. Taken down by, I'm not sure who that is. They're holding it up in the corner now. It's Gunter. Human Jones putting a bit of pressure on the ball. Eventually does go out for a Sunderland goal kick. We need to take this as quick as we can. Lee Burge sticking the ball on the floor. Just get it forward, Burge. Just get it forward. Burge, left-footed ball, goes forward. Travels over the halfway line. Stewart flicks it on well. Wyke tried to take it down, but he did win a free kick in the process with just over a minute to play by the time this free kick is taken. So they'll have an opportunity to stick the ball into the box now or just get everyone forward for this, Dino, wouldn't you?
Yeah, piles in the box, mate. Just piles in the box. Just
Mix it some piles in the
Oh God, man, it's just
we're laughing, but we're hurting.
I'm just so frustrated, man. I mean, the game was there for the taking, and I honestly believe Charlton stopped us from getting promoted. I honestly believe that.
Well, only time I'll tell that is Aidan McGeady, right-footed ball at the box, headed away, no Sunderland player challenging for it yet again. And Charlton coming with the ball out on their left-hand side. Sanderson's chased and might have to make a tactical foul here. Denver Hume's the only man between the goal and the ball. Ball through Lee Burge does well. Free kick given there to Sunderland inside our own box. Take this one quickly. 94 minutes. Oh, it was offside, I believe. 94 minutes, 30 seconds played. 27 seconds remaining now. Ball goes forward. Looking for the header, Ross Stewart, but again, it's a Charlton win, and that's been too common. Aidan McGeady takes it down in our own half. McGeady, just get this one forward and get the bodies forward, lads. Aidan McGeady looking for Ross Stewart, couldn't quite find him. Stewart picks the ball out on the right-hand side now, though. Can Sunderland get a goal here? Stewart sticks into the box, flicked away. Taken down out of Charlton's left-hand side. Charlton bringing the ball through the middle. We need to get this ball back instantly. There's only 4 seconds remain. Charlton looking to run the clock down. The pass goes out on the left-hand side. We've hit the 95th minute. As the ball goes into the corner, Charlton are going to look to run the clock down now. Conor McLaughlin's putting a bit of pressure into the Charlton player, only out for a Charlton corner. Conor McLaughlin's appealing for a goal kick. But I'm sure regardless of what happens, Charlton will just look now to run the clock down. They'll probably just hold it up in the corner as Stockley heads over. I would imagine he might be an ideal person to run the clock down. Just very quickly as the game is coming around, I'll give one last quick mention. If you haven't already, please do give the stream a like. 322 people watching, 186 likes. If everyone was to like it now, we'll get to 300. But 200 will be absolutely brilliant. It doesn't cost anything to like. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. So if you haven't already, see if we can get 200 likes. We're closing on 6,000 subscribers. If you'd like to do that, it'd be much, much appreciated. As Charlton take this corner short, try to hold up in the corner. They do win another throw in, which will take the time to take.
Ref, just blow your whistle, man. You know for a fact when we're clear, you're going to blow it anyway.
Throw in taken. Held up in the corner. The referee
See, what was the point?
Puts his whistle to his mouth and blows for full time. I'm not sure where Michael's went, but I'm sure he's just dropped out duties in there. But there you go, full time. Sunderland 1, Charlton 2. I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has joined us today, everyone who's watched the stream, who's contributed in the live chat. Yeah.
I want to give special mentions to the people who donated. Joe Gray Trumpet, thank you for the donation. Krill Louis Jeffreys, or KLD, and it's Bobby Cowley, and also Hugo. Thanks for your donations, much appreciated.
Thank you for your donations. They'll all go to help running us the channel here at SAFC Fan TV. But yeah, thank you to every single person who's watched. Thank you to those who did donate as well, the ones Dino's just read out. Thank you to every single person who's left us a like as well. 194 likes, so we're really close to 200. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't already and you do enjoy the streams, please do give us a like and subscribe to the channel as well, because we do this watch along for every game, as well as a short review after the Sunday Bunch, Thursday Night Live, everything like that. Speaking of the short review, we're going to actually give our thoughts on the game. In that, we're going to be joined by Jack Shields as well, who joined us pre-match and half-time. But for myself, Jack Dodds, from Michael Bowers, who was here for a little bit, and from Dino Elgar, of course, who's doing his little classic two-finger little wave. Thank you for watching us today. Bad result, but we'll see you in both the review and on the Sunday Bunch tomorrow. But from us, thank you and bye-bye. Take care.